So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we could do a Batman movie.
Well, alright. I mean,
I think Adam West is in his 60s now, but he could probably swing it. Actually, sir, I was thinking we could get Michael Keaton to play Batman.
Oh, Mr. Mom? That might upset some people.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe that could be a thing. You know, people getting unreasonably angry about Batman casting use. Maybe that could be a thing for decades to come.
I guess it'll get people talking. So what happens in this thing?
So there's this family, right? And they're about to get mugged by these bad guys in an alley.
Oh, and Batman swoops in and stops them?
No, Batman lets that part happen.
Oh.
But later, once the mugging is over, Batman pops out and scares the bad guys.
Okay.
And one of them shoots him in the chest and he pretends to be down, but he's actually okay. So then he pops out and he scares them again.
So does he return the stolen items to the family?
No, sir, he doesn't. But he tells the bad guys, hey, tell your friends about me. And then he jumps off a building and leaves.
Okay, so Batman doesn't stop the mugging, doesn't return the items, gets shot, asks for free publicity, and then runs away.
That's right.
Okay, I mean, interesting hero tactics, sure.
Yeah.
So what else happens?
Well, we're gonna meet this organized crime guy, Jack Napier, right? And he's gonna end up being the Joker.
Oh, very cool.
And by the way, I was thinking we could get Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Oh yeah, he's very good at acting.
Yeah, he is, but I don't think that'll be really necessary.
That's a good point, actually.
So anyway, this Jack guy, he falls into a vat of chemicals, and that makes him even crazier than he already was.
Oh, going insane via chemicals is tight.
Oh my god, sir, did you fall into a vat of chemicals?
Sure did, buddy. Doctors said it might lead to weird hallucinations, but I haven't encountered anything yet. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Well, great. So anyway, now Jack looks kind of like a clown, so that's gonna be his whole theme moving forward.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he kills the crime boss and then kills another crime guy with a hand buzzer that burns him alive.
So how'd he develop this deadly clown technology?
Unclear.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so meanwhile, Batman's developing a love interest.
Ooh.
Yeah, her name's Vicky Vale, and she's a reporter trying to figure out who Batman is.
That seems like the worst person to date.
Yeah, and then Alfred gives her a bunch of wine and she gets super drunk, and then Bruce, who's stone cold sober, sleeps with her.
Oh my, that's not okay.
And then while she's asleep, he goes and sleeps upside down.
Why?
Well, he's Batman, sir. Bats sleep upside down. He can't help himself from sleeping like a bat in front of the person who's actively trying to figure out who Batman is.
Bat's got a bat, you know? I mean, I guess.
A very upside down post-coital Batman.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so Alfred tells Bruce, you know, that is a good woman. She is good for you.
Okay.
He's like, there's a certain weight that lifts when she's around, Master Wayne.
She's been there once and drank a bunch, and then Batman slept with her.
Yeah, Alfred really liked that.
That's so weird.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Anyway, so then Joker starts poisoning the people of Gotham through beauty and hygiene products.
Why does he want to kill people?
Because he's the Joker, baby.
Got it.
And then one day Joker's doing some collage work, right?
What?
And he stumbles upon this picture of Vicky Vale and becomes obsessed immediately.
Just coincidentally becomes obsessed with the woman Batman's sleeping with after seeing a picture of her?
That's what we're going with. So he tricks her into going to this museum by pretending that Bruce invited her there.
Oh, very diabolical.
Oh yeah, then him and some of his goons vandalize some artwork while listening to Prince.
Okay, maybe a little less diabolical, a little more teenage punkish, but still not very nice.
Not very nice at all. So then Batman swoops in and saves Vicky.
Oh, wow.
And then they have this crazy escape together, and Batman gets shot in the chest and pretends to be down, but he's actually okay.
What, again?
Yeah, he does that again.
All right.
And then he brings Vicky back to his Batcave and explains that he's figured out how to fix Joker's poison thing.
Why didn't he tell the police or something? Why wait?
Well, he decided he wanted to tell this journalist he's hooking up with.
But people are dying, right?
Yeah, and so then Batman knocks her unconscious using some gas inside his cape or something.
Why does he do that?
Well, she had actually taken some pictures of him, so he needed to get that film roll back, which she was hiding inside her bra. So Batman drugs a woman, and then while she's unconscious, he fishes around in her bra. That's right.
And won't more people die while she's unconscious if she's the only person he's told?
Oh yeah, probably.
And Batman is the hero of this movie.
Definitely. And so the next day, Alfred convinces Bruce that he should go tell Vicky his real identity, because Alfred's like really into this budding relationship.
So far he got her drunk, slept with her, knocked her unconscious, and groped her.
Yeah, Alfred thinks that's just what Bruce needs needs in his life.
Whoa.
So Bruce goes over to her house and shoves her onto the couch and says, "You're a real nice girl and I like you a lot, but for now, shut up."
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I think this guy's kind of a monster.
It says right here he's a hero, and then Joker bursts in with his goons.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so Bruce confronts him and Joker pulls a gun.
Uh-oh.
And then the Joker's like, "You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?"
What does that mean?
Well, he says that's something he says to all his prey.
Does he?
No.
Okay.
The only other prey he said that to were Bruce's parents, but so this way Bruce can figure that out.
Oh, all right.
So then Bruce gets shot in the chest and pretends to be down, but he's actually okay.
Again?
Yeah, that's like his one move. This time he has a little metal tray under his shirt.
How many times does that happen?
A lot. So then Joker's like, "Hey, never rub another man's rhubarb," and he runs away.
Oh, God, what does that mean?
Yeah, granted, I don't know about that one.
Ugh.
So anyway, then Joker goes on TV and announces he's having a big parade.
Oh, wow, so I guess a bunch of cops will be there waiting for him, huh?
Nope.
Oh, I guess they didn't hear about it.
But then Joker has these big parade balloons that start spraying gas on everybody.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so now Batman's got to save the day.
So what's he gonna do? I mean, I assume roofie someone and get shot in the chest again.
Oh, he's gonna fly in with this crazy aircraft called a Batwing.
Oh, that actually sounds very cool.
Oh yeah, it's gonna look so cool. He's gonna take a little branding break in the middle of the fight.
Understandable.
So he tries to shoot Joker, but he misses, and then Joker takes out this really long pistol and shoots him out of the air.
Oh no.
Yeah, and Batman crashes next to this big cathedral, and so Joker grabs Vicky and runs inside.
Very serious.
So now Batman's gotta go up a bunch of stairs to get to the top.
Doesn't he have like grappling hooks?
Yeah, but he's not gonna use them.
Why?
Because
That works.
So then he finally gets to the top and he's gotta fight some of Joker's goons.
Well, how'd they get up there? Didn't Joker just randomly run into the cathedral?
Yeah, unclear. So then they fight and Batman defeats them all.
Oh, very cool. Oh, amazing.
And then eventually Joker's about to get away in a helicopter and Batman's gotta stop him.
Is that gonna be hard to do?
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, now Batman uses his grappling hook and he shoots it onto Joker's leg and onto a gargoyle in a single shot.
Well, how is that possible?
Well, he's Batman, sir. Says so right here.
Right, that makes sense.
And so that's about it. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I think it sounds like an interesting movie, and if Michael Keaton's a good Batman, we can have him do a couple of these.
Great.
And then, maybe again in several decades, if bringing back older characters becomes a massive trend or something.
Why would that be a thing?
So, you have a new Batman movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And I figure we call this one Batman Returns.
Oh, did Batman go somewhere?
No.
Did he buy some clothes in the wrong size?
He might have, but no, he's back on the big screen.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So at the beginning of the movie, we're gonna meet this couple called the Cobblepots, right?
Okay.
And they don't like their newborn baby, so they try to drown him, just to leave him to die in the water.
Oh my god, we're starting the movie that way?
Yeah.
You know McDonald's has to make Happy Meal toys out of this movie, right?
Yeah, they might not like this one too much. This kid grows up and bites a guy's nose off. There's blood spewing everywhere.
Oh no.
Anyway, so this baby ends up being found by some sewer penguins, and so he grows up to be extremely penguin-like, because as you know, if an animal saves your life, you take on that animal's traits.
I do know that. Believe it or not, a couple of weeks ago, I had my life saved by a pigeon.
Oh, wow, sir. Does that mean you can fly or something?
No, can't fly, unfortunately, but let me tell you, I've been pooping on a ton of cars.
Oh, my God.
So what else happens?
Well, okay, there's this bad business guy named Max Schreck, right?
And what's his deal?
Well, he wants to build this power plant that'll secretly suck up all of Gotham's power supply, so then he'll control it.
Why not just buy the current power plant then?
Unclear, but his secretary, Selina Kyle's gonna find out about the evil plan.
Selina Kyle, huh? What's her deal?
Oh, well, let me tell you, sir, she's got glasses on, so she's absolutely hideous.
Oh, sounds like an unattractive loser. Yeah, for sure.
And we find out that she's not married because of the glasses, obviously, and she has a cat that falls into her sink.
Oh.
And she gives it a bowl of milk and therefore probably some diarrhea.
I was gonna say.
So since she finds out about Shrek's plan, he pushes her out of his office window and she falls like 25 stories.
Oh, so she dies?
Momentarily, yeah, but then a bunch of cats lick her and nibble on her fingers, so she's fine now.
Oh, life-saving cat saliva is tight.
It sure is, sir. So then she goes home and she starts behaving like a cat since, cats saved her life.
I totally understand. My poop comes out white now.
So she starts to drink milk like a cat. She starts destroying everything like a cat. She starts working on her sewing machine like a cat.
Cats are notorious for their sewing skills.
They are. And also, she removes her glasses.
Oh, she sounds hot now.
Yeah, now she's hot, and Max Schreck is gonna be shocked that she turns up alive to work.
Did he push someone out of his office window and then not look into the dead body situation at all?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Hey, wait, is Batman in this movie?
Oh, he is actually, yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay, great. It would be good if he was in it.
Yeah, like Penguin's gonna do this attack on Gotham, right? And Batman's gonna get the bat signal about it right into his house.
In his house?
Yeah, it looks like he has like a system of mirrors set up so it shines directly into his house.
Wouldn't that make it extremely easy to figure out who Batman is?
Maybe. So he gets the signal and gets into his Batmobile and drives into the city to burn a guy alive.
Oh my god.
Because see, the thing about Batman as a character is that he loves to kill. Like later, he's gonna be thrilled to strap a bomb to a bad guy and have him explode to death.
Huh, I never knew how much Batman loved to kill.
Can't get enough of it.
Wow.
So anyway, Penguin's gonna end up blackmailing Max Schreck, so now they're gonna work together.
Work on what?
Well, first of all, they're gonna improve Penguin's public image, because people see him as a sewer monster.
How do they do that?
Well, they stage this thing where a baby gets taken into an open sewer, right? But then he emerges on this lift system and makes it seem like he saved the baby.
The fact that he was ready to go with a lift inside an open sewer didn't raise any red flags for anyone?
Nope, so now he's a hero and everybody likes him.
Well, okay then.
So now Max Schreck decides it'd be good to make this Penguin guy mayor of the city.
What?
Yeah, because see, that would help with his building permits to have a guy on the inside. So he lures him with a fish and shows him some campaign offices he set up, and that's when Penguin bites a guy's nose off.
So the plan is to make the violent fish and nose-eating sewer guy mayor? That's what they're going with. That makes sense.
And then also Catwoman wants to team up with Penguin to take down Batman.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So what do they do?
Well, Penguin kills this ice princess lady and then frames Batman for it.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then also using the blueprints to the Batmobile, his goons hack it, and so he takes control of it for a little while.
How'd they get blueprints for the Batmobile?
Unclear.
Oh, okay. And so what does Penguin want exactly?
Well, he sets this plan into motion where he's gonna kidnap all the firstborns of wealthy families in Gotham.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard for Batman to stop that.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he just has them loaded onto this super slow-moving train thing, so Batman just stops that, and that's all over.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so that's all done and taken care of, but now Penguin wants to blow up the city with a bunch of penguins he controls that have rockets strapped to them.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard to stop that.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Alfred manages to reverse the signal, so they just turn around.
How does Alfred manage that?
Technology, I suppose, so that's all done.
That works.
And then there's gonna be this big showdown, and all the main characters are gonna be there.
Oh boy.
And Penguin's gonna like fall into some toxic waste, and Catwoman's gonna wanna kill Shrek, but Batman's gonna stop her.
Oh, is he suddenly not into killing?
Yeah, he's suddenly not into killing anymore, so he's like, let's just send Shrek to jail, and then he rips off his mask and also somehow his eye makeup.
Why is he revealing his secret identity in front of Shrek if he doesn't plan on killing him?
Well, because he's trying to have a moment with Catwoman.
By revealing his identity to her?
No, she already knows his identity.
But, okay.
So then Shrek shoots both of them, but he's Batman, so he doesn't die.
And what about Catwoman?
Also, she has 9 lives because some cats licked her in an alley earlier, remember?
Right, that's true.
So then she electrocutes herself and Shrek.
Oh, a very electric cat person.
And then Penguin pops out again, but then dies immediately, so some penguins have a little funeral procession for him.
Weird that they know how to do that.
Very weird. And then it's gonna turn out that Catwoman's still alive.
Oh, she still has a life left?
She did, so what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a great movie, but did Batman ever get cleared for the murder of that ice princess?
Oh, yeah, you know, I did forget about that. So yeah, he's definitely still wanted for murder.
Oh, whoops.
Whoopsie. We'll tell you what, maybe we'll have an opportunity to close that plot hole in like, I don't know, 3 decades or something.
Yeah, I mean, if we feel like it. So, you have a Batman movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And I thought instead of that dark gothic look from the last 2 movies, we could change things up and make it super bright and colorful and neon.
Oh, what made you want to change that?
I went to a rave recently and I can't stop thinking about it.
Well, okay then. This is definitely a good place to get that weird energy out of your system.
I also had some thoughts about some costume changes we could make.
You know what? You could just take that up with the wardrobe people. I don't need to approve every little thing.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean, unless it's something insane.
No, I mean, it's pretty straightforward stuff, I think.
think. I mean, I think it makes a lot of sense.
Well then, yeah, no, I'm sure that's fine.
Great. So at the beginning of the movie, Two-Face is trying to kill Batman.
Oh, what's his problem with Batman?
Well, in court one day, a mob guy threw acid in his face, and so Two-Face is mad at Batman because he was there and he didn't stop it, I guess.
what, was Batman just sitting in court?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. The point is, Two-Face is crazy now, and he's obsessed with killing Batman.
But why?
Because I said so.
Fair enough.
So Two-Face, the whole movie, he's trying to kill Batman, and he keeps failing.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, at a certain point, he's chasing Batman, and Batman drives up the side of a building.
Wow, how does he get back down?
Unclear.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so eventually Bruce Wayne is gonna meet one of his employees, Edward Nygma, who's like obsessed with him, right?
Okay.
And he wants to work with Bruce on some brainwave manipulation technology, but Bruce says no, so he just goes insane.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he just loses his mind, because that's how we show that people are evil in these movies.
Mental health issues, of course.
So he starts sending these riddles to Bruce Wayne.
Oh, so he's the Riddler now?
Actually, no, he doesn't decide on becoming the Riddler until like 40 minutes later.
He was already sending riddles before being the Riddler?
Yeah.
Well, okay then.
We're also gonna have a new love interest for Bruce Wayne in this movie. She's a psychologist named Chase Meridian.
And what does she do in the movie?
Well, she flirts with Batman a whole lot. She uses the bat signal as a booty call.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and when he shows up, she's just all over him. I mean, she really wants to sleep with Batman.
And how does he react to that?
Well, he says stuff like, it's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
Oh.
And he also says, are you trying to get under my cape, doctor?
Wow.
And when he gets in his car and drives off, he's like, women.
Well, that all sounds like dialogue that Batman should definitely say.
I agree, so he's gonna.
Perfect.
So Bruce is gonna bring these riddles he's receiving to Chase, and she's gonna be like, well, whoever made these is obsessed with you.
Oh, so he makes the connection to the obsessive Edward Nygma guy he met just a few days before?
He doesn't, no.
Isn't he supposed to be the world's greatest detective?
Yeah, well, it's much easier for me to write a story if he doesn't figure out super obvious things right away.
That makes sense.
So anyway, Bruce brings Chase to the circus, and the Riddler is watching the whole thing unfold on the news.
Oh, that reminds me, did you catch the live broadcast of the circus on the news last night?
Of course, I never miss a live broadcast of the circus on the news. That's a normal and regular thing that happens.
It's perfectly normal.
I know it is, that's why it's in the script.
Well, good.
So anyway, Two-Face and his goons bust in, and they're like, you guys gotta tell us who Batman is, or we're gonna blow this whole place up.
Oh, so what does Bruce do?
Well, he yells, I'm Batman, but nobody hears him because the crowd's too loud.
Not even Chase, who's sitting right next to him?
That's what we're going with, so he just starts kicking butts all over the place.
And nobody makes the connection that this billionaire is suddenly doing public kung fu?
They don't, no. And then this acrobat family, the Graysons, they save the day.
Oh, great.
But they all die except for the youngest one.
Oh, bummer. What's his name?
Dick.
Hey, screw you, buddy.
No, that's his name. His name is Dick Grayson.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. So anyway, Bruce feels bad, so he adopts him.
Oh, so he's a child?
No, he's very clearly in his 20s.
So Batman adopts a fully grown adult man?
He sure does, sir. And let me tell you, this grown man, he does laundry like a martial arts master.
Oh, what the hell are you talking about?
And he's eventually gonna find out that Bruce is Batman, and he becomes Robin.
Wow, how does he find out that Bruce is Batman?
Well, he stumbles into the Batcave, and he sees everything.
There's no security system in place down there?
There is a security system, actually. It says the word intruder out loud, and then puts all of Batman's stuff on display.
Oh, a very useless security system.
Yeah, it's pretty useless. So then Two-Face and the Riddler team up.
And what's their plan?
Well, they put a bunch of Riddler's brainwave devices in everybody's homes, and Riddler starts to, like, absorb everybody's intelligence.
Oh, very rude. I had a guy do that to me once. It wasn't pleasant, but I enjoy cartoons a lot more now.
Well, great. So eventually Two-Face and Riddler break into Wayne Manor, and they just destroy a bunch of stuff, and they kidnap Chase, and they shoot Bruce in the frickin' face.
Oh my god, they kill Batman?
No, they just shoot him in the face, which knocks him unconscious.
Oh, okay, but wouldn't Two-Face just shoot him again while he's unconscious?
No, because the Riddler tells him not to.
But that's literally been his one motivation the whole movie.
Right, but the movie's not done yet.
Oh, okay.
So then Batman and Robin go to try to save Chase and stop the bad guys.
I love it.
And Robin fights Two-Face and wants to kill him for revenge, but then he doesn't because Batman told him not to.
Very mature.
Yeah, so then he gets kidnapped too.
Oh, that didn't work out.
Not really, no. And so then Batman ends up in this situation where Riddler's like, hey, here are two people you care about. You can only save one of them.
Man, it's gonna be tough for Batman to get out of that situation.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just tosses a batarang at this big glass thing that controls Riddler's brain waves, and then it fries his brain.
Riddler decided to confront Batman under a big breakable thing that's the source of his brain power?
He sure did, yeah.
Wow.
So then Batman saves the people he cares about, but then Two-Face pops out.
Uh-oh, so what does Batman do?
Well, Two-Face flips his little coin that he likes to flip, but Batman tosses a bunch of coins in the air, and so Two-Face falls to his death.
What about that whole we shouldn't kill people thing?
Yeah, no, see, the message is that murder is not an okay thing, but if you do something that leads to someone accidentally taking their own life, that's fine.
Oh, educational messages are tight. Kids are gonna learn a lot from this.
Yeah, and so Riddler goes crazy, right? And he can't even remember that Bruce is Batman, so his secret identity is safe.
Well, great.
Yeah. I mean, except for Sugar and Spice, Two-Face's two girlfriends who were around the whole time and saw everything and are still alive.
Whoops.
Whoopsie, so what do you think?
Well, I think it sounds like a very different direction for Batman for sure.
Yeah, definitely, but I mean, seeing Michael Keaton as Batman again is gonna make everybody happy.
Right, I mean, that's if he agrees to do it.
I mean, once he reads the scripts, I don't see why he'd say no.
No, that's a good point, you're right. So, you have a Batman movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And I know that critics didn't love Batman Forever, but I think I know where we went wrong, so this one's gonna be awesome.
Well, it's important to learn from your mistakes, so what improvements are we gonna be making?
Well, first of all, we put nipples on the Batsuit in that one.
Oh yeah, that's right, we did.
Yeah, and based on how people reacted to that, I think we should, feature them more prominently.
Oh, we should go all in on the nipples.
Yeah. I think we should start the movie by zooming in on them. I think people will appreciate them even more.
Commit to the nip, that's what I always say.
You do say that often.
Yeah, I do. HR has been trying to get me to stop, but I like saying it. What am I gonna do?
So anyway, Batman and Robin get all suited up and head out on a mission.
Oh, very exciting.
Yeah, and on the way they find out that Mr. Freeze is robbing a museum.
Wait, where were they going if they find out on the way?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
So Mr. Freeze is stealing a big old diamond because he needs it to power his freeze suit.
That makes sense.
I know it does. Diamonds help freeze things.
Everybody knows that.
Ice cold, baby.
So what's Mr. Freeze's deal?
Oh, well, his wife is sick with a rare disease and he makes ice puns.
Oh, what kind of ice puns?
Every single one you could possibly make.
Oh, excessive ice puns are tight.
More like ice-cessive.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, most of these won't make sense. It's whatever.
Well, okay then.
So anyway, then Batman and Robin show up at the museum, right?
Right.
And they need to try to get the diamond, but Mr. Freeze's henchmen try to get away with it using hockey.
Wow, well, it's gonna be hard for them to deal with hockey players in their Batman and Robin costumes.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when they tap their feet together, their little boots turn into skates.
Oh, what?
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
Why would they have skate blades on their boots?
In case they have to skate.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So anyway, Mr. Freeze gets in a rocket ship and tries to escape.
His plan is to steal a diamond, then take a rocket to space?
That's what we're going with.
Wow.
But then Batman and Robin are gonna stop him and Robin's gonna get frozen.
Oh no.
Yep, so Mr. Freeze is like, kill you next time, Batman, and he runs away.
Wait, why doesn't he kill him right then and there?
Well, because the movie's far from over.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we're gonna meet the other villains of the movie.
Oh, there were other villains.
Yes, sir, there's Poison Ivy and Bane.
And what's Poison Ivy's deal?
Well, she gets chemicals on her and gets evil powers.
How did Mr. Freeze get his powers?
He got some chemicals on him and got evil powers.
What about Bane?
He got some chemicals in him and got evil powers.
Okay, we got a good variety. I like it.
Yeah, we do.
Amazing.
So yeah, Poison Ivy has this power where she can seduce people, like a plant.
Like a plant?
Yeah.
Are you like into plants?
Yeah.
Oh, very weird.
Yeah, so she makes people fall in love with her by blowing stuff in their face.
That's one of my flirting moves too. I use Cheeto dust.
Does that work?
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, so Batman and Robin are gonna be affected by this love toxin and they're gonna bicker the whole movie about who she loves more.
Oh, grown men bickering while in rubber costumes? Now we've got ourselves a movie.
Yeah, we're gonna have an auction scene where Batman and Robin both start bidding on Poison Ivy.
Okay.
And Batman's able to outbid Robin because he brought his Bat credit card.
Oh, a bad credit card, you say?
Oh my god, what happened?
Oh, I'm sorry, my eyes just rolled themselves. That was weird.
Very weird.
So what else happens in the movie?
Oh, well, Alfred's niece Barbara is gonna be visiting from London.
Oh, so she's got a nice British accent?
No, full-on American accent.
Oh.
Yeah, and also Alfred happens to be dying from the same rare disease as Mr. Freeze's wife.
Wow, what a crazy coincidence.
Yeah, you could just write whatever you want in these things.
That's true, you can.
So anyway, he gives her a CD-ROM and he's like, don't open this.
Okay.
And so she immediately betrays him and does it.
Wow, very inconsiderate.
Yeah, and it turns out there's a virtual version of Alfred. And he's like, I knew you were gonna betray me anyway, so here's a Batgirl costume I made for you to fight crime.
So he could have just given that to her. That was a complete waste of time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Wow, and so how does the movie end?
Well, Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy decide to team up.
Oh, they do? Yeah, because he wants to freeze the planet and she wants to cover it with plants. Oh, those are two very incompatible plans. It doesn't make sense for them to team up at all. Oh, whoops.
Whoopsie. Well, they're gonna team up.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, and Robin's gonna pretend like he's still affected by the toxin to get close close to poison ivy.
Okay.
But then he reveals he was faking it.
So how did they get over the effect of the toxin?
Unclear. So anyway, then there's a big final fight and poison ivy falls into a plant that closes up on her.
Doesn't she control plants?
Yeah, but not this one.
Why not?
Because the movie's over.
Gotcha.
And then Mr. Freeze gives Batman the cure for Alfred's disease.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I made a pun.
Did you see how fun that was?
Yeah, I totally get it.
And so yeah, that's about it.
Well, it sounds great.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, I think this is gonna be something we can all be very proud of. So, you have a Batman movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Amazing. George Clooney's gonna be really excited to make another one.
Oh, no.
You don't want a Batman and Robin sequel?
No, I was thinking we could do Batman's origin story, but dark and gritty.
It's a guy that dresses up like a bat to fight crime, though. It's not really the kind of thing we can make dark and gritty.
Of course we can.
How so?
Well, for starters, by casting a very serious British actor with a temper.
Oh yeah, that is a good start.
Yeah, so anyway, at the beginning of the movie, we're gonna have a young Bruce Wayne fall into a well and get traumatized by bats.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's gonna have nightmares and his dad's gonna be like, oh man, it's the bats again, isn't it?
Oh, poor little Bruce.
Yeah, so then his parents bring him to an opera with just a bunch of bats in it.
Wow, that is pretty inconsiderate.
Yeah, so then he asks if they can leave and both his parents get shot in the alley.
Oh my god.
So as you can imagine, Bruce grows up with fear being a big part of his life.
The fear of guys in alleys with guns?
No, the fear of bats.
Oh, I kinda thought that watching someone murder his parents in an alley would trump the bat thing, but okay.
No, the tiny flying mammals are what spooked him the most.
Well, okay then.
So then a bunch of years later, this guy Ducard wants to recruit him into the League of Shadows so he can be a ninja.
Ninjas? Are you sure this is a dark and gritty film?
Yeah, no, they're like serious ninjas.
If you say so.
So then Bruce and Ducard kind of skate around on an ice rink and play hide and seek together.
Oh, and so then Bruce is a ninja?
Almost, but first Ducard is like, hey, execute this criminal real quick.
Oh, these are some serious ninjas.
I know, right? But then Bruce is gonna say, I'm not gonna be an executioner, you doofus. Get out of here with that nonsense.
So what does he do?
Well, instead of killing the guy, he, makes the entire building explode.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, he just blows the entire place to hell.
But what if people die?
Oh, they do die.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, the leader, Ra's al Ghul, dies, and a bunch of other guys get ragdolled around. A lot of ninjas die.
So what the hell was that thing about not being an executioner? He just killed a bunch of people.
No, he didn't kill them, the explosion did.
I guess that makes sense.
Anyway, so then he's gonna save Ducard from falling off a cliff and head back to Gotham.
Wow, so he's like a rogue ninja?
Yeah, basically, and he hates crime.
And what does he do in Gotham?
Well, he's gonna embrace his fear and become Batman.
Oh, okay, I guess it's good that his childhood fear wasn't the alleyway murderer guy.
Yeah, or instead of Batman, he would have been Alleyway Murder Man.
Definitely less cool.
So he's gonna go see this guy Fox that works at Wayne Enterprises.
Okay.
And it turns out that Fox has a bunch of cool superhero gadgets lying around that he's been working on because of reasons.
That's very convenient for his plan of becoming a superhero.
Yeah, so Bruce is gonna get a cool costume and a bunch of gadgets.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's gonna get some cool explosive things.
And what does he use those for?
He's gonna throw them at some cops that are chasing him and make their car flip.
What? That could have easily killed them.
Yeah, but it's not gonna.
Right, but he couldn't have known that. If a car flips, there's a good chance that someone could die.
But nobody's gonna be killed, so it's okay.
Okay, man.
Batman's also gonna become friends with this cop, Jim Gordon.
Okay.
And they're gonna have these little chats together throughout the movie.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, like Gordon's gonna put out the trash at home and Batman is just waiting outside for him.
Wait, so Bruce was just hanging out outside waiting?
Yeah, I guess so.
What if the trash hadn't been full that night?
Well, maybe he knew that their garbage was gonna be full that night, you know? He is the world's greatest detective.
But that would mean he's been keeping tabs on how full their garbage can is, like on a daily basis.
I guess so.
What if Gordon's wife had put out the trash?
Well, he must have known that Jim's the one to put out the trash.
Wow, Batman must have spent a lot of time watching over their trash habits.
Yeah, must have. Anyway, he's also gonna do this thing where he disappears mid-conversation.
Why would he do that?
Because it's mysterious.
It's rude and inconsiderate.
But also mysterious.
Yeah, I guess.
And we're gonna have Bruce reconnect with his childhood crush, Rachel.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, and they're gonna reminisce about how they always used to steal condensed milk from Alfred.
Condensed milk?
Yeah.
Can we maybe change that to candy or something?
No, you remember when you were a kid and you'd always be like, Mother, could I please have some sweet, sweet condensed milk? And she'd be all like, not until you've brushed Mother's hair, not until
you've brushed it well.
Oh, I think you might have had a weird childhood.
Oh, did I? Dang it, that explains some stuff.
Anyway, what are the other characters in the movie?
Well, there's this guy, Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he has this fear gas that makes it go crazy and super scared of stuff.
Wow.
And Rachel is an attorney now, and she's getting real suspicious of him.
Oh, so what does he do?
He shows her that they've been dumping fear poison into Gotham's water supply for weeks.
Why would he show her that?
So we could see it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And we're gonna learn that this stuff gets activated when water evaporates, so the plan is to use targeted microwaves to do that.
Wait, but you said they've been dumping this stuff in the water for weeks.
Yeah, pretty evil, right?
I mean, yeah, but hasn't anyone boiled water or made tea or had a hot shower?
I guess not, no, not in several weeks.
Wow, people in Gotham must stink.
Probably.
Very stinky citizens.
We're also gonna learn that Ducard was the real Ra's al Ghul the whole time.
Oh, so not the one that Batman murdered?
No, that was a fake one.
Right.
And he wants to take the big microwave on a train ride to Wayne Tower and vaporize all the water.
Oh, well, that's not very nice.
Nope, and some of the stuff is gonna get released and people are gonna get all scared and crazy.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and Rachel's gonna run into this kid that Batman had a moment with earlier on in the film.
Oh, what are the odds of that?
Well, what are the odds of anything?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I guess that's a satisfying answer.
And then that Scarecrow guy is gonna pop out and attack them.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard for Rachel and a child to take on a Batman villain.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's gonna be scared for a second, but then she's gonna, tase him in the goddamn face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he freaks out, his horse freaks out.
His horse?
Did I not mention he's on a horse? He's on a horse.
Oh, attacking people while on horseback is tight.
Yeah, it is.
So what happens next?
Well, the plan is for Gordon to use the Batmobile to shoot down the train tracks and stop Ra's al Ghul from getting to Wayne Tower.
Oh, sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, and so then, he does that.
Oh, well, great.
And so Batman jumps onto the train to fight Ra's al Ghul.
Wait, why isn't it over? I mean, the train's gonna crash.
Well, he wants to fight him.
Well, okay then.
So then they're gonna fight a little bit, and Batman's gonna be like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you.
Okay.
And so he jumps off the train, and Ra's al Ghul dies.
Pretty sure that's still manslaughter.
Yeah, but it's not murder.
No, not as much as the stuff he did earlier.
So Batman's a good guy.
If you say so.
So what do you think of the dark and gritty Batman?
Well, it sounds like a good idea, but I think we should balance out the darkness with some jokes here and there, you know?
You think so? Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I don't know why, I just have this bad feeling about going too dark with it.
I mean, what could go wrong with that, though?
So you have a Batman script for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
So what's new with Batman?
Well, his growly voice got a whole lot more growly since the first movie.
Oh, he went through bat puberty?
Yeah.
So what does he sound like now?
He sounds like,
Why do you want to kill me?
What?
You garbage who kills for money.
I can't understand what you're saying.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Are you talking about hockey? I have no idea what's going on
You're
here.
gonna love me.
Please stop.
sorry, I got carried away.
That's okay, I get it. Growling is tight.
It is.
So what happens in the movie?
Well, the bad guy in this movie is the Joker, so we're gonna open with him robbing a bank and escaping on a school bus that crashes through the wall.
Not very subtle.
Well, there's a line of school buses passing in front of the bank, so he blends in with them.
No one notices a school bus crashing into a bank and then driving out covered in dust and bricks?
They do not.
Well, okay then.
Anyway, we're also gonna have Bruce go on a super long side quest to China to kidnap a guy.
That sounds like international terrorism.
Yeah, that.
I imagine it's gonna be hard for him to come up with an alibi for why he disappears at the same time as Batman appears in China.
Actually, super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just gonna very publicly take an entire Russian ballet troupe out to party on his boat and then take off from a plane on the water.
Wait, what?
He's gonna party with a bunch of ballerinas on a boat. It's gonna be in the papers and everything.
What if the media interviews a ballerina and she's like, yeah, the trip was great, but Bruce randomly disappeared on a mysterious airplane halfway through?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So tell me more about the Joker.
He's awesome. He has a thing where he's like, so lucky it's almost supernatural.
What do you mean?
Well, he comes up with these super intricate plans that completely depend on things he couldn't possibly predict going exactly the way that he predicted them.
Do you have some examples?
Well, like he has a plan to get arrested but then escape by making a phone call that detonates a bomb that he planted in a prisoner's stomach, right?
Okay.
But that wouldn't have worked if he didn't have an officer in the interrogation room with him, or if he had been detained somewhere else, or if the prisoner had lifted up his shirt at any point.
Oh yeah, that does sound super lucky.
Right, so that kind of thing is gonna happen, a lot.
What kind of other stuff does the Joker do?
Well, we're gonna have a scene where Joker and his goons take over a fundraiser for Harvey Dent.
Okay.
And Joker's gonna throw Rachel out of a super high window.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and Batman's gonna jump out of the window and catch her, so they're both gonna fall.
Wow, how hurt are they?
Not at all. Oh, yeah, they land on a car, which makes it okay because cars are so soft and squishy.
And what happens with the Joker?
What do you mean?
Well, Rachel and Batman flew out the window, but he's still upstairs with a bunch of people, right?
Oh.
Right.
Did you forget to write an end to that scene? Whoops. Whoopsie. I guess we could just keep moving on with the movie and hope no one notices. Fingers crossed. Anyway, Joker's also gonna do a thing where he kidnaps Harvey and Rachel and ties them up to explosives. Okay. And there's a timer, so Batman's gonna have to decide who to try and save. Does he manage to save either of them? Yeah, he manages to save 25% of them. Wait, 25% of 2 people? Well, Rachel's gonna explode and half of Harvey Dent's gonna burn up. Gotcha. And so later Joker's gonna dress up as a nurse and go visit Harvey in the hospital. How does that go? Well, somehow Harvey doesn't recognize Joker till he takes off his little surgical mask. Wow, and he must really be mad at the Joker. Yeah, but Joker's like, hey man, don't be mad at me for killing Rachel, be mad at everyone else for letting me kill Rachel. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, not really, but somehow that convinces Harvey to become like a wacky villain. Oh really? So what does he do? He goes on a killing spree where he flips a coin to see if people die or not. Maybe a little drastic. Yeah, so anyway, later Batman is gonna foil a plan of the Joker's to blow up a couple of fairies. What do you mean? Well, he pushes Joker off a building, but then he catches him because, you know, Batman doesn't kill people. Right, that's like his one rule. Exactly. Super powerful to see him stick to his moral code like that, and then he's gonna push Harvey Dent off a building and kill him. What? Yeah, and Harvey's killed some people, so Batman takes the blame for all that. Why would he do that? Because he's the hero that Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now. Oh, I don't get that. Yeah, but it sounds cool, right? I guess so. But why wouldn't they just blame it all on the Joker? Because this is more heroic. But it's not necessary. It's heroic though. Well, okay then. So what do you think? Well, it sounds like a pretty great movie. Thank you. Although to be fair, Batman is so popular these days, it'd be tough to make a movie about him that people don't like. Very true. So, you have a Batman sequel script for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So the bad guy in this one's gonna be Bane.
And how does the movie start?
Well, the CIA are gonna bring a bunch of hooded men onto their plane without checking their identities.
Wouldn't they at the very least lift the hoods to check for explosives or something?
No, because the CIA never investigates anything.
Oh, they don't?
Nope, and so it's gonna turn out that one of the hooded guys is Bane.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's planning on crashing the plane and staging it like an accident.
How does he do that?
By, you know, riddling the plane with bullets and ripping the wings off, and then dropping the main cabin miles and miles away from the wings.
And that's supposed to look like a normal plane crash?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so tell me more about this Bane guy.
Oh, well, he has big muscles and a little mask thing, and he sounds real scary.
Oh, what does he sound like?
He says scary stuff like,
what?
Pressing this plane.
I can't, you sound like a Muppet that got stuck in a wall.
Yeah, super scary stuff.
I guess that would be scary. Get out of the wall, Grover.
And then we're gonna see Batman.
Oh, I can't wait for some Batman action.
Well, you're gonna have to, cause he can barely walk.
What? Why?
Because he was Batman for like a year, so now he has no more cartilage in his knees.
So he can't physically be Batman anymore.
Exactly. Also, he doesn't want to, so it's gonna be quite a while before we see him as Batman.
Okay, well, I guess watching Bruce Wayne limp around for an hour will be somewhat entertaining.
Yeah, and I think waiting for him to become Batman again will make it that much more exciting when he finally does.
Maybe.
Anyway, later Bane and his guys are gonna attack the stock exchange.
Oh.
And at the same time, the bad guys are gonna use Bruce's fingerprints to make a bunch of trades and lose all his money.
Well, obviously they were fraudulent trades, right? There's no way people will treat them as real.
Oh, they will. So Bruce is poor now, and they shut off all the lights at the manor.
They immediately shut his lights off?
Yep, right away. He's poor.
Well, I should probably point out that that's not how anything works.
Oh, I'd much prefer if you didn't point that out.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Anyway, we're also gonna have this cop Blake figure out that Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Wow, that's a tough one to crack. Must have been hard to do.
Actually, it was super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he kind of just recognized the look in his eyes that angry orphans get.
Oh, that was easy.
Yep, so later Batman's gonna get fixed with magic braces that give him superhuman kicks we'll never reference again.
Wow, so then he becomes Batman again?
So then he becomes Batman again. For a couple of minutes.
Wait, what?
Well, Catwoman is gonna bring him to Bane, and Bane's gonna break his back.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he can't physically be Batman anymore. His body's broken.
Right.
Yeah, and I think waiting for him to become Batman again will make it that much more exciting when he finally does.
Didn't we just do this? I feel like we just did this for an hour.
We did, and it was so special, I figure, you know, let's do it again.
Well, okay then.
So Bane is gonna fly with Batman all the way to this crazy prison in India and explain to him how he's gonna torture his soul.
Bane's gonna fly with him all the way to India just to tell him that and then get on a plane and go back home?
Yeah.
Why not just tell him before sending him there?
Well, it's more dramatic if he explains it to him there.
Right, but that's like 30 hours of air travel.
Right.
Could have recorded a video.
Yeah, so back in Gotham, they're gonna be like, you know what, enough is enough. Let's just send all all the police officers into the sewers and smoke Bane out once and for all.
Did you say all the police officers?
Yeah, I think that's standard procedure. When the police really want to capture someone, they just send everybody.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where'd you learn that?
It's just how I assume police things work.
Oh, okay. So how many officers are we actually talking here?
Well, let's see. New York City has something like 40,000 police officers for a population of 8 million, and we're saying that Gotham has a population of 12 million.
Okay.
So by that logic, I guess Gotham would have something in the range of 60,000.
So they send 60,000 police officers into the sewers.
It certainly seems like that's what we're going with.
Well, okay then.
So then Bane's gonna blow up a bunch of bombs and trap the cops in the sewers.
Aren't there like thousands and thousands of manholes they could escape through?
What the hell is a manhole?
You've never heard of manholes? Manholes are tight.
You realize this is not an adult film, right?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Manholes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, Bane is also gonna destroy the bridges and reveal that he is an atomic bomb.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and if anybody tries to leave, he's gonna detonate it. And also, it's just gonna detonate itself in like 5 to 6 months.
So their plan is to blow up Gotham whenever, but also just let it blow up in 5 to 6 months?
Something like that.
So if it's gonna blow up either way, why not just blow it up immediately?
Because Batman needs time to fix his broken back.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So yeah, then Batman has to get out of this prison.
Oh man, it's gonna be hard to do that with a broken back.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Bane hooked him up with a doctor who fixes his back with some rope and a solid punch to the spine.
Wow.
And then the prison has absolutely no guards, plus you can just climb out of it if you're agile enough.
That is a very convenient prison.
Yeah, so then back in Gotham, Commissioner Gordon's being forced to walk on thin ice and he's about to fall through and die.
Uh-oh.
But that's when Batman shows up, just in time.
How does Batman showing up make the ice any less dangerous?
Unclear, but Batman is back, baby. Everything's okay.
How did Batman get back from India with no money or resources into a city that's under lockdown?
Unclear, but he's back with just 12 hours before the bomb goes off.
Wow, so what does he do?
Well, he spends the first 4 hours or so on a little art project.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he paints a big old bat symbol.
Doesn't seem like the most pressing issue.
Art therapy is very effective. It's a great way to prepare for a fight.
Okay, good to know.
So then Catwoman blows up one of the sewer exits and all the cops run out clean shaven and ready to fight.
Clean shaven?
Well, yeah, because as you know, the sewers are filled with enough shaving equipment for 60,000 men to groom themselves for 6 months.
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Well, now you do. So then all the cops charge at Bane's men like it's medieval times or something.
Don't the henchmen have machine guns?
Well, what good are machine guns against batons and a couple of pistols?
They'd be very good, I imagine.
Well, anyway, it's gonna end up being a fist fight, so whatever.
Well, whatever then.
And then Batman and Bane are gonna fight, but now Batman's really good because he did some push-ups in prison.
Wow.
But then this lady Miranda, the Batman hooked up with, is gonna stab him.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's gonna reveal that she's actually Talia, the daughter of Ra's al Ghul from the first movie.
Oh.
Pretty crazy twist, right?
I guess.
And then Batman is gonna chase her because she takes off in a truck with the bomb in it.
Very exciting.
Yeah, and Gordon's bouncing around in back trying to turn the bomb off or something.
Oh boy.
And then the truck is gonna flip and Talia's gonna die.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, and I'd love it if the actress could play it as if she forgot she was supposed to die in the scene and then suddenly remembered.
We can arrange that. And what about Gordon? How does his death play out?
Oh, he's totally fine.
Really? Wasn't he in the truck too?
Yeah, he was just in the back bouncing around with a 2-ton bomb and he was just out of the hospital, but he's fine.
Well, great.
So then Batman's gonna fly the bomb out of the city just in time and it's gonna explode with a 6-mile blast radius.
Wow, so Batman is gonna die? That's insane.
Nope, he's gonna be fine too.
But how?
Autopilot, so he jumps out just before it explodes.
But a 6-mile radius?
Yeah, well, he's a fast swimmer, I guess. Get off my back, please, and thank you.
Well, okay then.
Also, that Blake guy's Robin.
Sure, why not?
So what do you think?
That sounds great.
Fantastic.
Yep, I think we'll have made a trilogy that everybody involved will be proud of. Oh, you have a new Batman movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And I'm thinking we make this the darkest Gotham yet.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. We're gonna make it seem like this city passed some kind of weird 1 light bulb per household law.
Sounds very dark.
You know it, sir, because we gotta make these movies darker and darker and darker and darker. That's just good business.
How do you figure?
Well, sir, we keep going like this, pretty soon people will pay to see a completely dark screen and we could play some kind of Batman audiobook or something.
Oh, that will save us a ton of money.
Yeah.
So who are you thinking for Batman?
Oh, I was thinking we get Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Twilight, vampire, vampire bat, Batman. Very clever.
Actually, no, it's just because he turned into a real good and accomplished actor since the Twilight movies. Good time?
I'm enjoying myself, sure.
That's, never mind.
All right.
So anyway, as Batman, he's gonna be dark and brooding, right?
Okay.
But then as Bruce Wayne, he's gonna be brooding and dark.
You need that dichotomy, yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna have dark eyeliner and hair in front of his face and say stuff like, "You're not my dad," like it's 2006 or something.
something.
Nice.
And this guy's Batman suit is totally bulletproof. I mean, bad guys just unload machine guns onto his chest, and he's not affected in the least.
Wow, so I guess his mouth must be covered too, right? Otherwise they could just aim at that.
No, that's completely exposed, but nobody's gonna shoot at that part.
Why not?
Because
That works. So who's he going up against in this movie?
oh, several bad guys, sir. The main one of which is the Riddler.
Oh, that guy riddles.
Sure does, sir. So he's going around killing corrupt people in power and leaving little riddles for Batman.
Oh, I bet he is.
So then throughout the movie, Batman's gonna look at these riddles and then solve them pretty much immediately.
Nice.
But sometimes he doesn't solve them immediately, and that means he's gotta go stand on a rooftop with Gordon or Catwoman for an extended period of time.
That makes sense.
So he's gonna start digging around Gotham's criminal underground, right? Getting to know the sketchy figures and stuff.
Who are we talking about here?
There's friggin' Carmine Falcone, and then there's the Penguin, who's Falcone's right-hand penguin.
Oh, we got Penguin in the movie. What's he gonna do?
He's gonna be like, hey, oh, what are you doing?
a very Italian-American flightless bird.
That's right, sir. So obviously I was thinking we get Colin Farrell to play him.
What?
Yeah, just cover the guy in so much makeup and prosthetics that even after people Google it, they're still like, really?
All right, I mean, I guess we could do that, sure.
And so eventually Riddler's gonna attach a bomb around the neck of this corrupt DA and send him to a funeral of the mayor who he also killed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and this bomb ends up exploding right in Batman's face.
He didn't know it was gonna blow up?
No, he did. There was a clear timer on it, so.
So he didn't take cover?
Not even a little, so he goes flying backwards.
Wow, well, I guess that's gonna hurt the exposed bottom of his face.
Not even a little, but he is knocked unconscious.
Ooh, that's gotta be a pretty severe concussion.
Nope. So then the police bring him to the police building, you know, where you bring injured people.
So they unmask him?
They don't know. So then he manages to escape by gliding off the top of their building and smacking into a little bridge thing.
I mean, that's gotta be a pretty severe concussion, too.
No.
Okay.
So then eventually Batman thinks that Penguin is this informant that he's looking for, right? So he chases him down and a bunch of cars and trucks explode. It's gonna look very cool.
Oh, wow, jeez.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy intense, but then turns out it wasn't him. You know, that wasn't the informant.
So all those people in the exploded cars died so Batman can follow an incorrect hunch?
That's right.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. And so later Batman's gonna have this conversation with Falcone, and Falcone's gonna be like, hey, did you know your dad paid me to kill a journalist back in the day? Did you know that?
Oh man, that's gonna shatter Batman's world.
It does. So then Batman goes to confront Alfred about this, and Alfred's like, oh yeah, no, that's not true.
Oh.
Yeah, it turns out the crime guy was lying.
That checks out. Yeah, glad that was resolved.
Resolved immediately, yeah.
So what else happens?
Well, eventually Batman's gonna figure out that Falcone, you know, the bad guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna figure out that he's the bad guy.
Right.
So he brings him out of this gangster club called the Iceberg Lounge, and when he's under this streetlight, Riddler snipes him.
Oh.
Yeah, and turns out that's exactly what Riddler wanted Batman to do, because earlier there was a clue about bringing someone out into the light.
That was referencing this exact streetlight?
It was, yeah.
Oh, very vague and also specific.
Yeah, because see, later Riddler's like, there was no way for me to kill that guy otherwise, you know? He's never out in the open.
Oh, okay.
Except for the very public funeral they were both at earlier in the movie.
What?
And so yeah, then Riddler's in jail and Falcone is dead.
Oh, okay. Wow, sounds like a great movie.
Oh, we're not done, sir.
Oh, we're not.
No. It's gonna feel like maybe we should be, but we're gonna keep going.
Oh.
Yeah, see, Riddler actually kind of thought he and Batman were working together.
Okay.
And there's this whole other layer to Riddler's plan. Like, he has a group of followers online that he's been scheming with.
What's the plan?
Flood the city and shoot a bunch of people.
Oh my god, that escalated so much from killing gangsters and crooked politicians.
It did, yeah, because we gotta end these on big set pieces.
I guess we do, yeah. So how does Batman figure this out?
Well, see, Batman figures out that one of Riddler's murder weapons is this tool you use to tuck in carpets.
How does he figure that out?
Well, he happens to run into a cop who happens to start talking about how he happens to have an uncle who works in the carpet business.
Oh, very specific. Uncles are tight.
They sure are, sir. So now Batman looks under this carpet and finds the specifics of Riddler's plan.
Oh boy.
So now Batman's got to rush to this arena and fight some Twitch commenters.
What?
Yeah, and it's pretty serious. They're in Riddler cosplay and stuff.
It doesn't sound too serious.
But it's gonna be, and Batman's gonna get a shotgun blast to the chest.
But he's got his completely bulletproof suit, right? So it doesn't hurt him?
Yeah, this time it does. So he's like, ow, 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 ooh, stop, ow, ow, ow. But there are still a bunch of cosplayers around.
Wow, okay. So I guess it's gonna be pretty tough to get out of that situation, huh?
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because see, Batman's got some green juice.
Well, like a smoothie?
No, it's like an injection, and it gives him a real good boost.
So what was that?
Unclear.
Oh, okay. Well,
good that he had it.
Definitely. So then he's beating up one of the cosplayers, and the cosplayer's like, my name is Vengeance, which is what Batman calls himself.
Oh, freaking nickname stealer.
Yeah, so Batman kind of stops and he's like, whoa, I guess I sure learned a lesson here today.
Yeah, sure sounds that way.
But then there's this big electrical wire flailing around, and people are gonna get electrocuted because there's water everywhere.
Oh no.
Yeah, so Batman selflessly cuts the wire and gets electrocuted and falls from super high up.
Oh my god, is he okay?
Yep. Oh, yeah, he's fine.
So, okay, so good.
Totally okay. So then he takes a flare and he guides a bunch of people out of this flooded area into, I guess, another flooded area because, you know, everything's flooded.
A very underwater Gotham.
Yeah, and then we'll tease a new Joker because we kind of have to.
We kind of have to.
And then Batman and Catwoman kind of ride their motorcycles next to each other and kind of split off like it's the end of a Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, it sounds like a great movie. Wait, is it done now?
Yeah, 3 hours later, it is, yeah.
Great. Well, it'd be nice to have a good cinematic experience, you know? It seems like everything is just streaming shows these days.
That's so true, sir. It will be nice. And then you know what we can do if it's a success.
What's that?
So you have a Green Lantern script for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So we're gonna start the movie with a bunch of narration explaining what the Green Lantern Corps is and what they're all about.
Oh, that's smart. That way we'll save time by getting it all out there in the beginning.
Actually, the characters are gonna re-explain it all to the protagonist later in the movie.
Oh, so why are we doing it all at the beginning then?
Because.
That works.
Anyway, so there's a Green Lantern hero named Abin Sur, right?
What's he like?
Oh, he's awesome. He's like Kelsey Grammer, but pink.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Pink Kelsey Grammer imprisoned this super evil being named Parallax in this place called the Lost Sector.
And what's this Parallax like?
Well, in the comics, he's like this giant demon bug thing.
Oh, well, that's not scary enough.
It's not?
No. We should make him like a cloud or something.
A cloud?
Yeah, clouds are scary as hell.
They are?
One time I was looking up at the sky and I saw a cloud shaped like a rabbit.
Oh, okay.
That's not natural.
Well, I mean, sometimes clouds kind of look like things.
Exactly, that's scary as hell, man.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, be shaped like a cloud, you spooky cloud. Don't be shaped like a rabbit.
Okay, so we'll make Parallax a cloud, I guess.
Cool, people are gonna like that.
So anyway, the movie's gonna follow this guy, Hal Jordan, who's a test pilot.
Okay.
And so when we meet him, he wakes up late for work because he had a one-night stand, and then he puts a bunch of people in danger with reckless driving.
Kind of a douchey character introduction. Does he have redeeming qualities?
Sometimes he cracks jokes.
Oh, are they funny?
Not particularly.
That's probably fine. I'll just cast someone who's done comedy movies before.
Great.
So what happens at work?
Well, his boss is trying to sell some AI-controlled planes to some buyers, so he has his daughter and Hal try to outmaneuver them to prove how good they are.
Isn't it kind of fishy that his daughter is running the test?
Yeah, seems like a massive conflict of interest, but nobody's gonna mention it.
Huh.
Anyway, Hal is gonna manage to beat the planes by throwing his partner under the bus and letting his own plane get destroyed.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and he makes a bunch of people lose their jobs in the process.
And this is the good guy of the movie.
Yeah, he's the hero.
If you say so.
Yeah, and the first thing he does when he gets his powers later is hospitalize the people whose jobs he lost.
I have to say, this Hal Jordan sounds like the worst.
No, he cracks jokes sometimes.
Yeah, you said that.
Tell you what, I'll throw in a scene where he gives a gift to his nephew.
Oh, that'll do it. Now people will like him.
Yeah, maybe.
Can we have the nephew factor into the story later?
No, we're never gonna see him again.
Well, okay then.
So anyway, Parallax is gonna inflict a mortal wound on Pink Kelsey Grammer.
Oh no.
So Pink Kelsey Grammer's gonna crash land on Earth and tell his ring to find the best possible person on the planet to be his replacement as Green Lantern.
I mean, there's no way that's gonna be Hal Jordan, right?
It's gonna be Hal Jordan.
The ring searched the entire planet.
More like a 5-mile radius, I guess. It crashed super close to where Hal was.
What a lazy ring.
Oh yeah, pretty lazy.
Wow.
So anyway, Hal is gonna get flown to this planet called Oa, where all the Green Lanterns hang out.
Oh, there's gonna be a training montage where he learns to use his powers?
Oh yeah.
Very cool.
But halfway through, he's gonna quit and go home.
He is?
Yeah, it's too hard and he doesn't like it, so he leaves.
So they're gonna take the magic ring away from him?
No, they're gonna let him leave with it.
But they're gonna deactivate it.
No, he's still gonna have the ability to fly and to create literally anything he can imagine.
So he's just gonna use it for selfish reasons?
No, he's barely gonna use it at all.
You're telling me that the cocky and selfish Hal Jordan is gonna go home with the power to create literally anything and he's not gonna use it at all?
That's right.
Well, all right then.
So at the same time, this guy's gonna inspect Abin Sur's
Banner's body and get infected with the power of fear or something and turn into a bad guy. Wait, so there's gonna be another bad guy? Yeah, his name is Hector and his head is gonna turn into a magical scrotum. Wow, there is a lot going on in this movie. Oh yeah, I'm cramming a lot of things in there. Cramming things into other things is tight. Oh, what? Wow, that did not come out the way I intended at all. I sure hope not. So what else happens in the movie? Well, Hal's finally gonna become a hero because his friends are gonna tell him that he has a bunch of qualities that we've never actually seen him display. And then he's gonna make some cool stuff with his magic ring. Oh yeah, and the only limit to what he can make is his imagination. Wow, what's he gonna create? A race car and some guns? And some swords. Oh, so I guess he doesn't have a very vivid imagination. I guess not. Oh, well, wait, I guess that means that actually you don't. Hey, is that a cloud outside? What, seriously? Oh, never mind, it's nothing. Oh, thank God. Okay, sorry. Where were we? I don't know. Okay, so how does the movie end? Well, Parallax is gonna destroy Scrotum Head, so that's taken care of. Well, that's helpful of him. And then Hal Jordan's gonna take him on all by himself. The other Green Lanterns aren't gonna help? No, a couple are gonna show up when it's already done, though. So is it gonna be hard for him to kill Parallax? No, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Really? Yeah, he's gonna punch him into the sun, and that'll be that. Wow, that is pretty easy. Yeah, you'd think the other Lanterns would have thought of that. Yeah, but instead they just trapped him in weak restraints and called it a day. Huh, so what do you think of the movie? Well, I think it's great. I can't wait to generate this thing. You mean shoot this thing? No, we have a lot of computers, so they'll take care of it for the most part. Oh, but I'll tell you what, this is gonna be the superhero role of a lifetime for whoever gets cast. Well, it's not like they're gonna get cast in another superhero movie if this one flops. Can you imagine?
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we make a Superman movie.
That's the guy that's not a bird or a plane.
Well, most people aren't those things. This guy has a little bit more going on than that.
Nope.
Yes, he does. So the movie starts on the planet Krypton.
Oh, Krypton, huh?
It's pronounced Krypton.
We'll see about that.
Okay, and so this guy Jor-El is gonna cast away these three bad guys into a very uncomfortable rectangle. Gonna be very weird for them to use the bathroom in there.
Oh boy, I bet that's not the last we see of them.
Well, for this movie it is, actually.
You started the movie with sequel bait? I admire the confidence.
Thank you. So Jor-El tells all the other tinfoil suit people that the planet's gonna explode, but they're like, nah, probably not. So Jor-El is like, okay, my wife and I will stay, but I'm gonna shoot my son Kal-El off into space.
Kal-El, no.
No, see, it's a good thing, because he's sending him to Earth, where he's gonna be super strong.
Oh, well, good.
So then Krypton is destroyed, which is horrible, but also kinda looks like a good time. Very nice lights and whatnot.
Nice.
So Kal-El gets picked up by this old farmer couple who raise him as Clark Kent.
Okay.
And they're trying to have him live a normal life amongst all the other 40-year-old teenagers.
What?
But he's special. He's strong and fast. Like, he can run. Well, I wouldn't call it running, but he can move as fast as a train.
Very exciting.
But one day, Pa Kent dies and Clark finds a green rock, so he decides it's time for him to leave.
Oh, he's just gonna leave the mom all alone?
He is. So he makes this elderly lady walk about 2 miles out into a field to tell her the bad news.
Kinda rude.
Well, he's gotta leave, because he's gotta go throw this green rock into some snow way up north.
Oh, how does he know that?
By knowing it. So a big structure made out of test tubes emerges, and the hologram of his deceased father is gonna talk to him.
And what's he gonna say?
Well, he's gonna tell him that he's in a fortress of solitude.
Fortress of Solitude, huh? That's what I call my mansion.
Okay.
Yeah, because despite the glimmering allure of riches, I find myself surrounded by opulence, yet feeling an unshakable and unfillable void within.
Unfillable void.
Oh, unfillable voids are tight.
All right, so Clark heads up to space for a couple of years to learn how to be Superman.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so he comes back down to Earth, and he's no longer a 40-year-old teenager. He's a 39-year-old adult.
What?
So he takes his new facial structure to get a job at the Daily Planet, where he immediately falls in love with Lois Lane.
Oh, what's her deal?
She's a star reporter who can't spell words.
Okay.
Anyway, she gets in a helicopter, and Superman's gonna stop the aircraft from crashing, so that's pretty heroic.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And then later he's gonna stop an aircraft from crashing, so that's pretty heroic.
Yeah, you already said that.
Yeah, it happens again soon after.
These friggin' aircrafts can't air properly.
They cannot. So then he's gonna let Lois interview him.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, and she's gonna tell him to look through her clothes and tell her what color her underwear are, and then he's gonna fly her around, and she's gonna write a little poem in her head and recite it to us.
What are you talking about?
And then he's gonna show up as Clark Kent, because they had a date scheduled.
Did he put himself in a love triangle where two of the people are him?
For some reason, yes.
And she can't tell that this is the same person twice.
Well, no, he's got glasses on as Clark Kent.
I don't think that would work. They wouldn't seem like two different people.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, that actually reminds me, my optometrist wants me to wear these.
Hey!
What?
Those look really frickin' good.
Thank you.
Anyway, now it's time to tell you about the bad guy of the movie.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, his name's Lex Luthor, and he's got a very evil plan in the works.
What's his plan?
Well, he wants to launch a missile to cause an earthquake to make a chunk of California fall into the ocean.
Why?
Because he owns the land right beside it, so suddenly he'd have a bunch of coastline real estate.
The land immediately next to a bunch of destruction and corpses?
Yes, and so he finds out about Superman's existence and decides he needs to kill him.
How does he plan on doing that?
Well, he hears that Superman's from the planet Krypton, so he's like, well, we could assume that some debris also traveled to Earth and would be radioactive and deadly to him.
How could he possibly figure that out?
By making wild and borderline insane assumptions that turn out to be exactly right.
Wow.
So they change the coordinates on some missiles and the military shoots them off.
The military doesn't double check coordinates before launching missiles?
That's what we're going with. So Lex lures Superman to his place and messes him up with some kryptonite.
Oh no.
Yeah, but then he leaves his girlfriend with Superman while he goes to watch the missile he launched at his girlfriend's mother.
I don't see how that could backfire in any way.
But then his plan backfires.
What?
Yeah, his girlfriend lets Superman free, but not before giving him a little kiss.
What? Why did she kiss him?
Well, she's like, I didn't think you would let me do that if you weren't incapacitated.
Yikes.
So now Superman has to stop 2 missiles, but that's impossible. He's not fast enough.
Oh.
Yeah, so the freaking earthquake happens, and he's got to go underground to fix it.
I have no further questions about how that would work.
Good. But then Lois dies, so Superman's sad and gives her a little kiss.
Are any of the kisses in the movie consensual or no?
Look, sir, are the majority of the kisses in this movie non-consensual? Sure. Is there a scene where a bunch of cops surround an unconscious woman and talk about giving her chest compressions and mouth-to-mouth in a real creepy way? Sure. Is any of this gonna age poorly? No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, so now Superman's very upset.
Very sad, but impossible for him to do anything about it now.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, he flies so fast around the world that he reverses time and saves Lois.
I thought he wasn't fast enough to stop 2 missiles.
Well, he didn't have the motivation of a dead Lois Lane.
And the potential death of millions wasn't enough?
No, and so then the day is saved. What do you think?
Well, it sounds like a good movie. It's just the whole time travel thing.
What about it?
Oh, I'm just afraid that might create some kind of precedent. We can't have major superhero movies solving their problems with time travel. That'd be ridiculous.
So, you have a new Superman movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
I was thinking we call it Superman 2.
No, I think it should have a different name than the first movie.
Right, so then I would call it Superman and then the number 2.
Now we're talking. So what happens in this thing?
Well, I figure like all good sequels, we start this off with an 8-minute recap of the first movie using clips from the first movie.
It seems kind of excessive.
Well, sir, people need to remember that the Marlon Brando character sent Zod off into space in a rectangle.
Actually, we can't use Marlon Brando in this one.
Oh, dang it. Okay, well, we'll recap the first movie and pretend like that part happened entirely differently.
Perfect. So what happens when the actual movie starts?
Well, some frickin' terrorists are gonna blow up Paris with a hydrogen bomb, so Superman launches it into space.
Seems like a lot to launch a whole city into space.
No, he just launches the bomb.
That's a better strategy, yep.
But the explosion frees Zod and his 2 best friends from their space rectangle.
Oh, they were floating past Earth? What are the odds of that?
100%. There was no way I wasn't gonna write that.
What a fun fact.
So Zod and Ursa and Non land on the moon and kill a couple of astronauts there.
Very impolite.
And they find out about Earth, so they decide to head over there and rule.
Oh, they want to rule Earth?
They just seem to want to rule something. They don't really seem to care what it is.
That's very open-minded of them. We need more of that kind of mentality.
I guess. So on Earth, they have Superman-like powers, like super strength and flight and eye lasers.
They're bulletproof. They can't be hurt.
Only by snakes, sir. Only by snakes.
What?
So they fly over to Mount Rushmore and change those faces to their faces with a single laser zap each.
What again?
And meanwhile, Superman and Lois Lane are off in Niagara Falls working on a story.
Okay.
And while they're there, a child starts falling for several minutes, so Superman saves it.
Nice. Thank God that kid was falling for so long.
Yeah, but then Lois pieces together that Clark Kent is Superman, so she jumps into the rushing water to force him to save her.
So he turns into Superman?
No, he keeps pretending to be Clark, but he does laser a tree for her so she can save herself.
How does he know she wouldn't bash her head on a rock or something?
Well, we're not even halfway through the movie, sir. He knows that wouldn't happen now.
Oh, this guy's reading the script? He's got all kinds of powers.
Yeah, so Lois is like, geez, I guess you really aren't Superman.
Wow, well, it's crazy the lengths he'll go to protect his secret identity.
It sure is, sir. So in the very next scene, he falls into a fireplace and she figures out his secret identity.
Oh, whoops.
Whoopsie. So now that she knows, he decides to fly her to the Fortress of Solitude for a nice little dinner.
Oh, lovely.
And then she says she's gonna go change into something more comfortable.
Did they stop along the way to get her pajamas?
I guess so. And meanwhile, Superman starts talking to a hologram of his mom, and she's like, hey, if you love a human, you must give up your powers.
Why?
Because she says he's gotta.
But why though?
Because she said so.
Well, okay then.
And she says the thing is, if he gives up his powers, there's no turning back.
Geez, I mean, that's an important thing to consider. You know, as Superman, he saves countless lives all the time.
Yeah, for sure. But see, the thing is, he really wants to sleep with this woman from work.
Understandable, yeah, that's a good counterpoint for sure.
So he gets into this machine that takes away his powers and gives him normal civilian clothes.
Oh, cool feature.
So then Lois, who was madly in love with Superman, is like, wow, I can't believe you gave up being Superman for me.
I guess that's romantic.
So now they want hamburgers, so they start driving around looking for a spot.
Did Superman have a car stored at the Fortress of Solitude?
Sure seems that way. But then inside this diner, Superman gets beat up, and they see that Zod has taken over the country, so Clark is like, well, geez, I guess I better go get my powers back.
Well, that's gonna be tough. His Hollow Mom said there was no going back.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he walks all the way back to the North Pole and finds a little green kryptonite thing, and so that settles that. He's all set.
Oh, well, his Hollow Mom made it sound impossible to turn it back.
Yeah, well, it wasn't.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, so meanwhile, Lex Luthor, remember from the first movie?
He's from the first movie.
Yeah, so he escapes from prison.
How does he manage that?
Well, he invented a little projector in his cell that shows an image of him, but the guards see that the light's still on in his cell after lights out, so he almost gets caught.
Seems like he could have just turned off the lights and bought himself a lot more time.
Yeah, well, he invents a projector instead. So he tells Zod that if he wants to find Superman, he needs to go to the Daily Planet and find Lois Lane.
And what's in it for Lex Luthor?
Australia.
Okay.
So Zod goes to the Daily Planet and Superman shows up to save the day.
Oh boy.
So they fight for a little bit and Zod realizes that Superman's weakness is that he cares about people.
He does.
So the bad guys use their powers to start blowing everybody in the streets.
Oh!
That sentence would have been a lot clearer if there was like a clip playing over me so you could see what I was talking about.
That'd be nuts.
Anyway, then Superman lures them to the Fortress of Solitude.
Luring people to your lair is tight.
And they do some more fighting there. They multiply themselves. Superman throws a plastic S at one of them.
He has the power to throw plastic S's.
Yes, sir. As a child of Krypton, sometimes he can throw a cellophane logo at people.
Well, okay then.
And then Superman's gonna make them all think that he's getting into the machine that takes away your Superman powers, but in reality, he reversed the machine to take away their powers if they're outside of it.
Oh, so Zod and his buddies get some normal civilian outfits?
Now they just lose their powers.
Oh.
So then they murder the bad guys and save the day.
Oh my God.
But now Superman decides he doesn't want Lois knowing his secret identity, so he gives her a big kiss that wipes her memory.
A memory wiping kiss, huh? That has some pretty messed up implications.
No, it doesn't. And oh, by the way, there's a picture of Bill Cosby hanging on the wall at the Daily Planet.
Why'd you bring that up?
I don't know. So what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a movie. Do you think people will be mad about Superman killing Zod, though?
Why would anyone get mad at something like that?
So, you have a new Superman movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So we're gonna meet our main character, Gus Gorman, right?
Is Superman not the main character?
Not really, no. Gus Gorman's kind of our guy in this one.
Oh. Okay, so what's his deal?
Well, he really needs a job, so he takes a computer class, and turns out he's great at computers, which is something you're born with or not good at all at. You know, you can't learn that.
Is that how computer programming works?
It might be, yeah. Huh. So he gets hired at this company and then programs the computer to send him all these fractions of cents that are being lost in payroll. It's a practice called salami slicing.
Delicious sounding crimes are tight.
Yeah, but the head of the company, Lex Luthor, catches him.
Gene Hackman's not doing this one.
Oh, okay, the head of the company, Webster, catches him.
Oh, great name. What's his deal?
Well, he's like Lex Luthor, except you just told me he's not.
Interesting character, very cool.
So Webster's been looking for a guy good at computers because he wants to control the weather.
Which theoretically early 1980s computers can do.
See, nobody actually understands computers, so we can say that they can do whatever we want.
That's actually a great point, and once this whole computer fad is over, nobody will be any the wiser.
Yeah, so this movie's gonna age great.
Amazing. So why does he want to control the weather?
Well, he wants to destroy Colombian coffee fields so he can control the market.
Very evil. Oh, hey, could I hear about Superman a little bit, please?
I mean, we should really stick to Gus Gorman.
Just a little.
Okay, fine. Well, Superman's still working at the Daily Planet.
And what's going on there?
An office bingo game that we're gonna revisit a shocking number of times throughout the movie.
What?
And then also Superman gets invited to his high school reunion, and he wants to write a story about that for the paper.
Is Lois Lane gonna go with them?
No, actually, she's barely gonna be in the movie. She's gonna show everyone a bikini and take off on vacation to Bermuda.
Did she just come into the office to show people a bikini and leave?
Yes, so Clark takes off to Smallville, but along the way he crosses a big old fire at a chemical plant.
Uh-oh, sounds like a job for Superman.
You betcha. So he sneaks into the back of a cop car and then comes out the other side dressed as Superman.
Did he just leave his Clark Kent clothes and glasses and wallet in the back of a police car?
Hey, shut up. So he finds some acid that he's told cannot heat up or it's gonna explode in a real bad way.
Uh-oh, gonna be hard to keep that cool, I bet.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, he flies to a nearby lake, freezes the top layer, flies back with it, and drops it on the building.
Why not just breathe his ice breath onto the thing that needs to stay cool?
Because. So then he heads back to Smallville and reconnects with Lana Lang.
Ew, that's a lady's name.
Ew, but now it's Gorman time.
Oh, we're back to Gus Gorman.
You know it, sir. So in order to make bad weather in Colombia using computers, Gus has been sent to Smallville to use the computers at a subsidiary of the company so that it can't be traced back to them.
How would that not be traceable if it's one of their companies?
Computer reasons. So he starts messing around on the computer and causes a bunch of problems that computers are definitely capable of causing.
Like what?
Like immediately overbilling someone at a department store and making those two little traffic guys get into a fight.
Wow, computers are fascinating.
They sure are, sir. So he finally gets those storms going, but Superman stops them.
Oh, sweet. We're gonna get some Superman action.
Well, actually, I thought it might be fun to have Gus explain what Superman did and then just get little glimpses of him doing it.
Really into this Gus Gorman guy, huh?
Deeply for some reason. And then after he's done explaining in a funny way, he's gonna accidentally ski off the top of a skyscraper.
Oh, so he dies?
Well, no, sir. He's wearing skis, so he just kind of lands in traffic and takes off.
What are you talking about?
Real funny stuff. So then Webster tells Gus to kill Superman by making some synthetic kryptonite.
Uh-oh.
But Gus can't figure out one of the elements, so he just uses tar instead.
Okay.
So then he dresses up as a military guy and gives Superman this big green rock as a gift.
Wouldn't Superman be kind of wary of big green rocks?
You'd think so, but the thing is, no.
Oh, all right.
But then since this isn't real kryptonite, it doesn't kill Superman. It just makes him kind of mean.
What do you mean?
Oh, he becomes a little rascal, like he straightens out the Leaning Tower of Pisa and he puts out the Olympic flame.
Oh, the fake kryptonite makes him a little prankster.
Not just a prankster, sir. He's unhinged.
He is?
Yeah, like he goes to a bar and he flicks some peanuts at some glass bottles.
Whoa, this guy doesn't give a
And then this lady that works for Webster seduces Superman into causing a big oil spill in exchange for just going to town on her. So then our main guy, Gus Gorman, gets Webster to make a supercomputer based on some designs he scribbled onto a napkin.
He wouldn't need any more details than that?
Absolutely not. So Webster immediately has a giant computer built inside a cave.
But how's Superman gonna help if he's now an evil peanut-flicking freak?
We'll see Clark and evil Superman separate from each other and have a big old fight.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow.
Yeah, and it seems like evil Superman's gonna win, but then Clark chokes him out and he vanishes.
So is that fight happening in his head, or?
There's no way to know exactly what I meant by that, so then it's time to fight the supercomputer.
Oh boy, here we go. So does he fly into it and blow it up?
Well, actually, first he tries just slowly walking towards it.
Interesting strategy. How does that work out?
Not great. It shoots a bubble at him and he can't breathe in the bubble.
Doesn't he kind of regularly fly into outer space?
He can't breathe in the bubble at all. So then Gus feels bad, so he actually helps Superman out.
Oh, full redemption. All is forgiven now.
Exactly. And then this computer absorbs Webster's sister Vera and turns her into a robot.
Oh, you know what might be fun is that if we use this scene as an opportunity to give nightmares to an entire generation of children.
What?
I've always wanted to give nightmares to an entire generation of children.
All right. Okay. Yeah, sure. So we'll make sure that that scene gives nightmares to an entire generation of kids. Yeah, okay.
Amazing.
Anyway, then Superman heats up some acid and kills the computer.
Fantastic.
And then he drops Gus Gorman off with some guys, and Gus wants to show these guys he's friends with Superman, so he does that t-shirt opening thing, you know?
Wouldn't that shirt opening thing mean that he knows that Clark Kent is Superman?
Hey, shut up about that forever, and then we're done. So what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a movie, you know, and it's kind of scary what computers can hypothetically do.
Yeah, for sure. If you're not careful with computers, people can use them to do some pretty morally bankrupt stuff.
So, you have a new Superman movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. Now, people didn't really seem to like the last one, and I think I know why.
Is it because it was essentially a slapstick comedy and Richard Pryor was the main character for some reason?
No, it's because Lex Luthor wasn't in it.
Oh, good. Okay, that's an easy fix.
Yeah, so Lex is back, and he's gonna bust out of prison again.
Oh, how does he get out this time?
Well, his funky nephew Lenny gets 2 prison guards to go inside his cool car, which he then remote controls to drive off a cliff, so they head out of there.
Oh, very sneaky. And so what's going on with Superman?
Well, sir, a child is gonna pressure him into getting involved in international geopolitics.
What?
Yeah, see, this little kid says that Superman should get rid of all the nukes, and because the Daily Planet gets purchased and turned into a tabloid, they run with the story.
Oh, so Superman kind of has to get involved?
Exactly, and because Superman's all torn up about this, he decides to reveal his secret identity to Lois again and fly her around.
Oh, right, because he kissed her and made her forget his identity in Superman 2.
That's right, so she makes him feel a lot more confident that he's gonna do the right thing.
Wow, well, it's gonna be nice to have her support with his big secret.
Oh no, he kisses her again and wipes her memory once more.
Well, that seems kind of messed up.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
So then he scoops up all the planet's nukes and puts them into a giant space net.
Which is a thing he has access to?
Yes, and then he launches that into the sun, which puts an end to the threat of nuclear war.
What's to stop all the nations from making more nukes?
Hey, shut up, but then the fact that Superman did that actually plays into Lex Luthor's evil plan.
Oh, what's his plan?
Well, he and his nephew go to this museum that has a strand of Superman's hair on display, showing that it's so strong it can hold up to 1,000 pounds, right?
Okay.
So they cut the hair and steal it for themselves.
Well, how are they able to just cut through super strong hair?
By doing it.
That works.
So then they use that to create a genetic matrix.
What's that?
A computery thing.
That's all the explanation I need. It's the 1980s.
It sure is, sir. So then they get Superman to unknowingly throw that into the sun, which of course creates life.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it creates someone called Nuclear Man, and he is evil.
Why?
Because.
Got it.
But meanwhile, Superman's dealing with a wacky sitcom situation.
What do you mean?
He freaking agreed to a double date where he has to be both Clark and Superman. What?
Why would he agree to that?
Hijinks.
Oh, sick. So who are the ladies?
Well, there's Lois, and then there's Lacey, who's the daughter of the guy who bought the Daily Planet, and she really likes Clark.
Ew.
Ew. But then he has to leave the date because he's got to go fight Nuclear Man, who wants to destroy him real bad.
Why does Nuclear Man want to destroy him?
Because that's what he wants to do. So they have this big old fight, and Nuclear Man destroys a bunch of stuff like the Great Wall of China, which Superman now has to fix.
Yikes, well that's gonna be a tough one to put back together.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, he uses his Great Wall of China rebuilding vision power, and so that does the trick nicely.
Well, thank God he had that specific superpower.
I know, right? And then Nuclear Man also makes a volcano erupt, so Superman has to cut the top off a mountain to plug that up.
Wouldn't that just create more pressure inside the volcano?
No, it's like covering a boiling pot. That just stops the process and cools it off.
Well, that's not how that works.
Well, listen, sir, that explains why all my houses have burned down. So then Nuclear Man scratches Superman with his fancy little nails, and that makes him sick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but Superman has a crystal that'll make him feel better, so he uses that crystal to make himself feel better.
Smart move. Good use of the crystal that makes him feel better.
Oh, yeah, but then Nuclear Man sees a photo of Lacey, so he's obsessed with her now.
Becoming obsessed with a random woman you've only seen a picture of once is tight.
Yeah.
So what does he do?
Well, he heads to the Daily Planet and asks Superman, where is the woman? And Superman's like, you'll never find her.
How does he even know who this guy's talking about?
Unclear. So then Superman puts him in an elevator, which deactivates him because if there's not direct sun on him, he loses his power.
Oh, okay.
And he flies him to the moon, but now that he's in space, the sun can shine on him through a little crack in the elevator, so he gets his power back.
Well, the sun also reaches the Earth. You don't have to be in space for it to hit you.
Hey, shut up again. So then they have a big old fight, and Nuclear Man goes to get Lacey and brings her up into space.
Oh, so she dies?
No.
How?
By living.
I guess that makes sense. She can't have died if she is living.
And then Superman's gonna think of something real clever. He's gonna push the moon in front of the sun to block it out.
Isn't that gonna impact the Earth, like mess with the tides?
No. It has no effect on any brand of laundry detergent whatsoever.
What?
So then Superman saves Lacey and drops Nuclear Man into a power plant.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And then he gives a big old public speech about world peace and drops Lex and Lenny off in prison.
Amazing.
So what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a movie, you know. Did you have anybody in mind to play that Lenny Luthor character?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, someone who's just the opposite of Lex Luthor. Someone you could never see playing Lex Luthor.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we make a Superman movie. Oh, well, comic book movies aren't really all that popular, and I don't really foresee that ever happening. Well, I think it's worth a shot, sir. I was thinking we do kind of a follow-up to the Christopher Reeve Superman movies 1 and 2.
What about Superman 3 and 4?
No!
Oh, my God, okay.
So anyway, at the beginning of this one, we find out that Superman left Earth for like 5 years because he wanted to go look at some space rocks.
Did he have fun? Did he find anything cool?
Nope, he didn't, and now he's back.
Oh, okay.
So he saves Lois from this big plane crash thing, and then she's like, hey, it's kind of messed up that you left for 5 years and didn't even say goodbye.
And he just left without even telling her he was going to space?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's kind of a jerk.
Nope, he's the best. And so anyway, then as Clark Kent, he goes back to the Daily Planet and gets his old job back, because, you know, Clark Kent has been gone for 5 years as well.
Wait, nobody makes the connection that Clark Kent and Superman returned on the same day after the exact same amount of time of being gone.
That's what we're going with. I mean, these are the same people that are fooled by a pair of glasses, you know?
Oh, listen, sir, I don't know how you got into my office or what you want, but I don't have any cash under $100 bills.
Oh my God, sorry, sir, it's me.
Oh my God, that was kind of creepy, actually. It was kind of like looking in a mirror in a way.
My bad, sir.
Like one of those fun house mirrors where one side's really ugly and weird.
Well,
anyway, so what else happens?
oh, well, Superman's gonna find out that Lois is now married and has a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah, he's got to be sad about that.
Yeah.
Because now he can't sleep with her.
Why would you say no? It's because of love.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Anyway, then because he's so sad, he starts watching them in their home at night using his X-ray vision.
What?
No, it's not creepy.
It's a little creepy. No, scratch that. It's very, very creepy.
It's just a little light romantic stalking.
Oh, God. Does Superman belong in jail? It sounds like maybe he does.
No jail could hold him. He can stalk who he wants.
Oh!
Romantically.
All right. So anyway, what bad guy is Superman going up against?
Well, you know, we gotta bring Lex Luthor back, sir.
Oh boy, that freaking evil mastermind. What kind of evil plans he cooking up?
Oh, you're gonna like this. It's so evil, he sleeps with a really old woman.
What?
Frequent intercourse with a 90-year-old woman makes her fall in love with him.
What are you talking about?
She tells him he made her feel pleasures she had never imagined.
What is going on?
And then right before she dies, he gets her to leave her fortune to him.
Yeah, I guess that was pretty evil.
It was, for sure. Because, see, he needed money after being released from prison.
Didn't he have organized a bank heist or something? My God.
Nope, had to go this route. Had to shut his eyes and get in there.
All right, well, anyway, why was he released from prison?
Well, see, because since Superman was off planet, he didn't show up to court, and they had no choice but to let Lex go.
That's not how the court system works.
It might be, though. Anyway, now that he has money, it's time for his real evil plan.
Oh boy, here we go. What's his plan?
To use some crystals and kryptonite to make a big old island made out of crystals and rocks and stuff.
Okay.
Then he's gonna have an island and sell it to people.
Why would anyone buy that?
Well, because see, he says the creation of this island is gonna cause like tsunamis and stuff. It's gonna kill 1 billion people.
Well, then why would the survivors want to move to the natural disaster that caused all of that?
Listen, sir, I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about this plan, okay? He wants to make an island and sell it.
All right.
So Lois sneaks onto this yacht to investigate this whole thing, and she brings her kid with her.
Why would she bring a child to an investigation like that?
Interesting you should bring that up, because there is a reason, and it's because she's not a good, she's a bad mom.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, not good motherly instincts, so they both get kidnapped.
Oh no.
And then we're gonna have this really tense scene where the kid is playing piano with a bad guy, and Lois is frantically trying to send a fax asking for help.
Oh, desperate faxes are tight.
Yeah, but then the bad guy sees her and attacks her, and the kid frickin' launches the piano at him.
Ah, so he's Superman's son.
Exactly, because remember in Superman 2 they hooked up?
Right. Didn't he wipe her memory of that ever happening, though?
He did, yeah.
So from her perspective, this is all very confusing and horrifying.
Oh, you know, now that you mention it, yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Jeez.
Anyway, so Superman gets this fax that she sent out, so he gets in the elevator and flies away.
Does the elevator not have a ceiling?
Hey, shut up, but so then it's a trap, and there's kryptonite there, so his powers don't work.
Oh no.
And Lex Luthor frickin' stabs him.
Oh no, again, once more.
But then he's gonna get saved by Lois and her husband, and then he flies up and kinda gets his batteries recharged by the sun.
A very solar-powered Kryptonian.
Yeah, and so now he's gotta go lift this big continent into space.
Oh wait, so the island is made?
Yeah.
So did 1 billion people die?
No.
But you said...
I said no such thing.
Okay.
So now Superman's gotta lift this continent into space, but the freaking thing's like made of kryptonite.
Is that gonna be hard to do?
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because see, he's Superman, so he's
You know, he's very strong.
Didn't just being near kryptonite in the last scene make him lose his powers completely?
Hey, shut up. So then he launches a continent into space, and then he's Jesus for a second, and then he falls down to Earth.
Oh no, is he okay?
Yeah, we're gonna pretend for a second like he's not, but he's Superman, so, you know, he's fine.
Right, okay, that makes sense. So wait, are there any action, like fight scenes in the movie?
Well, he's gonna lift a plane, he's gonna lift a car, he's gonna lift, you know, the fake island.
Those are all just scenes of him lifting things.
Yeah, most of the action scenes are him lifting things, yeah.
All right, I guess that'll be fun to watch.
And then it's gonna be super romantic because Lois is gonna be unfaithful to her husband for a second, and then Superman's gonna be like, hey, if you ever need me, I guess call? I don't know, I gotta go.
He's leaving again. He's not gonna help his son after missing the first 5 years of his life.
Yeah, he's not super interested, he's gotta go.
I mean, fair enough, I guess.
And so that's about it, what do you think?
Well, you know, I do think it's gonna be fun to bring Superman back to the big screen, you know, lock a new actor into the role.
Oh yeah, I actually have this Brandon Routh guy in mind. He's gonna be great. We can lock him in for the long haul.
So, you have a new Superman movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. Oh boy, this is gonna be so dark and depressing. Actually, I was thinking the exact opposite. Oh, so you mean we're gonna include some jokes like, he's right behind me, isn't he? And, well, that just happened. Well, you know, hopefully a step up from that. Impossible. Those are the funniest jokes in the world. That's why Marvel uses them so much. I'm just thinking we make this a little more lighthearted and infuse some jokes here and there. Here and there? What does that mean? Everywhere. Oh my god. Let no scene go unjoked. Okay? So anyway, in this movie, Superman's gonna lose a fight for the first time ever. Oh boy, I can't wait to watch what that's gonna be like with my eyes and see it. Oh no, the movie starts immediately after that happens. Oh, but don't worry, sir. Superman's constantly gonna get his butt kicked in this movie. What? Just manhandled and woman-handled over and over again. Alright. So anyway, with the help of Crypto the dog, he gets back to the Fortress of Solitude and gets patched up by robots and sunshine. Well, great! So then he goes back to the fight and gets beat up again by this dude. Who is this guy that keeps beating up Superman? Well, he's the Hammer of Boravia. Oh. Except he's not. Oh, he's not. He's actually a masked metahuman named Ultraman. Oh, he is. Kind of not. What are you who is this guy? Well, see, under the mask, he's actually a clone of Superman being controlled by Lex Luthor. Is he? Yes, I'm done with the identity twists. Or am I? Yes, I am. Okay, cool. And how does Lex control this guy? Well, he shouts commands at his henchmen, and those commands are various fight moves, so he's able to beat Superman that way. Isn't Superman, like, incredibly fast? Well, yeah, but his speed is no match for the speed of a guy yelling orders at another guy who then enters the orders into a computer, and then a clone does those moves. Yeah, I guess that doesn't leave a lot of reaction time. So anyway, also Clark and Lois are dating, and she knows he's Superman. Oh, interesting dynamic. And he agrees to be interviewed by her as Superman, but they get into a little argument. How come? Because maybe he did a little war crime, maybe not. Been there. He may have slightly tortured a world leader. Torture-related relationship troubles are tight. Yeah, see, he stopped this powerful fictional nation from attacking a less powerful fictional nation. Fiction is wild. What an imagination you have. Thank you. And now Lex wants to distract Superman so he can go fiddle around in the Fortress of Solitude, so he releases a kaiju in Metropolis. Extremely rude. So Superman wants to stop this thing without killing it, but then this trio of heroes called the Justice Gang pop in and they just straight up kill the thing. Oh, the Justice Gang, huh? We should have them bicker about their name throughout the whole movie. What? That's one of the funniest things you can do in a superhero movie. That's why Marvel does that so much. Okay, I guess. So the Justice Gang is this Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, and then there's Hawk Girl, and then there's Mr. Terrific, the guy from Shark Tank. No, and so Lex and his goons, they decrypt this message from Superman's parents, and turns out they wanted him to take over the world, so they broadcast that to Earth. Well, how can they be sure it's not fake? Well, Mr. Terrific tells Superman he knows the guys that verified this, and they're legit. Well, couldn't Lex have bribed or threatened them? Impossible! Get all the way off my back about that. Okay, let me get off of that thing. So then another big monster attacks the city. Oh no, so what does Superman do? He lets the Justice Gang handle it. He's gotta go talk about his feelings. Fair enough. So then he decides to explain himself to the world and reassure everyone he means them no harm. Turn himself in. That works too. And the government gives him to Lex, who shoves him in a prison cell in a pocket universe. How can he keep Superman in a cell? See, Lex also captured this guy Metamorpho who can turn himself into things, so he turns himself into kryptonite. Why would he do that? Because Lex kidnapped his little baby. Oh my goodness. So they work together, and along with the help of Crypto and Mr. Terrific and Lois, they get out of the pocket universe. Hey, if Lex wants Superman dead, why not just kill him right away with this kryptonite dude? Well, because then the movie would be over and it's not quite time for that yet. Understandable, carry on. So now frickin' Lex opens an unstable portal to the pocket universe and creates a dimensional rift that starts splitting Metropolis
Metropolis. Oh, those are words. Dangerous words. So Metropolis literally starts getting torn in half. Wow, so tons of people must die. Well, no, because they evacuate the city. Just a city full of people all manage to leave immediately? Yes, but now at the exact same time, that frickin' one nation wants to attack the other one again. Oh man, gonna be tough to deal with both those things at once. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, Superman sends Hawk Girl and Guy Gardner and Metamorpho to go handle that over there, because teamwork makes the dream work. What do we call that teamwork? Delegation makes the dream work. There it is. So anyway, then Mr. Terrific manages to close the rift, and Lex admits that he orchestrated this whole thing to make the world hate Superman. A very sneaky bald man. And Lois exposes the truth to the world, so Lex, he's gonna be in big trouble. Wow, well, just goes to show you, billionaires always get held accountable for their sketchy behavior. Well, sounds like a great movie. Yeah, you think? Yeah, I just think it's missing a little bit of hype building for the future of the DCU. I could slap a quick cameo right at the end. That'll do it.
So you have a Superman script for me? Yes, sir, I do. That sounds like fun. No. No? Yeah, no, it's gonna be real serious and real gritty. Oh, it is? Right, because remember how the Dark Knight trilogy made a bunch of money? Are you kidding me? That's all I think about ever. Yeah, so I figure we could do that dark, gritty origin thing again, but this time with Superman. Do you think it matters that Superman is much more of a hopeful and colorful hero than the Dark Knight? I don't think anything matters. Interesting worldview. All right, so what happens in the movie? Well, the planet Krypton is about to explode, so Superman's dad, Jor-El, is planning on sending him off to Earth. Aren't any other Kryptonians gonna leave the planet too? No, Jor-El tells this council that everyone on this planet is already dead. If they're gonna put a baby Superman on a spaceship, why can't they put other people on spaceships too? Because. Fair enough. Anyway, then this bad guy Zod is gonna try to take over and they're gonna stop him. Oh, so what do they do with him? Well, they banish him from the planet. So they can launch a baby into space and they can launch bad guys into space, but they have to stay on a planet that's gonna explode? That's what we're going with. Well, okay then. Anyway, so Superman's gonna be raised as Clark Kent in Kansas, and his adoptive father wants him to keep his identity a secret. Okay. So when Clark is a kid and he saves a bunch of kids from drowning, his dad's like, maybe you shouldn't have done that. What? Yeah, he's like, you know, your secret is that important. You probably should have just stood around and watched all your classmates drown. Wow, he must really care about that secret. Yeah, so anyway, then he tells Clark about the time that he brought a bit of his spaceship stuff to a specialist who told him it wasn't from this Earth. Wait, so Clark has to keep it a secret, but he can bring some space junk to a guy? That's right. Wow, super unfair. And then we're gonna have this thing where Pa Kent dies in a tornado because he doesn't want Clark to help him. Why? Because if a person saves someone from a tornado, that person is automatically an alien. Feels like there might be other conclusions people would come to before that one. Well, Pa Kent doesn't want to risk it, so he lets himself die. Huh. Anyway, so when Clark is older, he's confronted by this jerk at a truck stop bar, and he restrains himself from kicking the guy's butt. Oh, that's great. It's important to show that he's the bigger man, and plus this way he won't draw attention to himself. Yeah, but then he's gonna impale the guy's truck on some massive logs. What? Yeah, then he leaves. That's much more suspicious and also makes him seem like a petty character. Yeah, but it's gonna look cool visually. Oh, it is? Okay, never mind the story and character and theme. Great. So what else happens in the movie? Is Lois Lane in it? You bet, and she also has superpowers. What do you mean? Well, she can survive in -40 weather with no problem at all. She can teleport across the city to show up where she needs to be, and she's somehow able to resist the pull of a massive gravity machine. Those are some pretty impressive powers. Yeah, so anyway, later in the movie, Superman and Zod are gonna have this massive fight in Metropolis. So Clark is gonna lure Zod away from the city? No, he's gonna punch him through some buildings. Okay, but then he's gonna lure him away from the city? No, he's gonna punch him through some buildings for 40 minutes. Oh my god. Yeah, so many people are gonna die you don't even know. Feels like it's gonna be difficult to keep a fight scene interesting for 40 minutes. Actually, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh really? Yeah, we're gonna keep things spicy by throwing in some, you know, extremely generic dialogue. How generic are we talking? Well, Zod's gonna be like, there's only one way this thing ends, Cal. Either I die or you do. Wow. And also Clark is gonna be like, you're a monster, Zod, and I'm gonna stop you. That is so incredibly generic, I love it. Also, Superman and Lois Lane are gonna kiss. Why? Well, he saved her from falling, and also they're like an iconic couple, right? Right, but did we build up a romance between them in the movie? Not really. And aren't they standing in the middle of a bunch of dead bodies and destroyed buildings? Yeah, it's gonna be super romantic. You have a pretty weird concept of romance. Yeah, I had a weird childhood. Weird childhoods are tight. Oh yeah, brother. So how does the movie end? Well, Zod is about to use his heat vision to kill a family, so Superman has to stop him before he does. So he grabs him and flies away with him? No. He uses super speed to get the family out of the way? No, sir, he doesn't. He steps in front of the blast and takes the hit himself? No, he breaks Zod's neck. What? Yeah, and then he screams because he's so upset that he had to do that. Feels like there were a lot of other options though. Whoops, whoopsie. Anyway, so yeah, then the city's destroyed and thousands of people are dead and Superman killed someone. Wow, how are we gonna deal with the aftermath of that? We're not. We're gonna jump forward in time. Oh, we're not gonna deal with the consequences? No, that would be super difficult. Very much an inconvenience. Fair enough. Yeah, maybe in a future movie or something, I don't know. Well, okay then. So yeah, we're gonna jump forward in time and have Superman destroy a $12 million military drone and be like, stop following me, you jerks. Wow. And then he's gonna get hired at the Daily Planet despite having no experience. And people aren't gonna realize that he's Superman? No, because he has glasses. Oh, I figured since we were going the gritty route, we would do away with that whole glasses hide his identity thing. No, that stays. If you say so. So what do you think? Well, honestly, man, as long as this lays the groundwork for the DCEU, I'm happy, you know? I hear ya. Justice League movie, here we come. Oh yeah, that's when we're really gonna cash in on these superheroes. So we're bringing Batman into the DCEU. That's right. And you know, I was thinking, everybody's already kind of seen Batman's origin story. Oh yeah, everybody's seen that like 1,000 times. Exactly, so I figure let's do it again. Oh, yeah, but this time we'll do it super slowly. Ooh, slow motion? That is so cool. Yeah, you like slow-mo? Oh, yes I do. In fact, let's use it in all the scenes, every scene. Oh, really? Every scene? Yeah. I mean, the script is already kind of long. I feel like that might extend the runtime to over 3 hours. Well, we could just cut out some scenes at random then. At random? What if some important stuff gets cut? Even better. What do you mean?
Well, if people want the movie to make more sense, they can pay for an Ultimate Edition.
Oh, that's smart, right? Or maybe evil? No, it's smart. Okay, gotcha. So anyway, what happens in the movie? Well, first off, Batman is mad at Superman because when Superman was fighting Zod in Man of Steel, somebody close to him got killed. Was it Robin? No. Alfred? Nope. Lucius? Well, who was it? It was Jack. Who's Jack? He works at Wayne Enterprises as a financial advisor. Is he like from the comics or something? No, I made him up. Gotcha. Anyway, we're gonna have Lex Luthor orchestrate a plan to get Batman and Superman to fight each other. Oh, Lex Luthor is in this. Yeah, but this isn't your typical Lex Luthor. How so? Well, he's young, he has hair, he likes candy, and he makes really high-pitched Mickey Mouse noises like Oh, so he's like a toddler. No, he's like 30. Wow, so what's his plan? Oh, it's super simple. First, he has to find out the secret identities of Batman and Superman, then lure Lois Lane to Africa to interview a rebel general, but then sabotage it by outing a CIA operative named Jimmy so they can capture Lois and Superman shows up. Then he has to make sure all the rebels get murdered and that Superman gets blamed for the whole thing. Also, he has to make sure that someone from that African village will lie to Congress about that so they force Superman to testify. Then he's gonna force feed candy to a guy and ask Congress for an import license because he wants to use kryptonite to make a weapon in exchange for access to General Zod's body, and also he needs to steal Zod's fingerprints. Then, since Batman brands criminals for some reason, Luthor will hire other inmates to kill those criminals in jail because that'll make Superman want to investigate Batman instead of doing his actual job, which is to cover football for the paper. Then he has to send some crazy stuff in the mail, then invite both of them to the same event and introduce them to each other in a very excited and suspicious way, even though there's no real reason to be introducing Bruce Wayne to low-level journalist Clark Kent. Then Lex has to blow up the Capitol building via a rigged wheelchair and a former Wayne employee, so people will be mad that Superman didn't stop the explosion somehow. Lex assumes that this will send Batman over the edge, and luckily for him it does. Then Lex will access the Kryptonian spaceship for his backup plan of combining his DNA with Zod's body to make a giant monster with alien science or whatever. He'll call that thing Doomsday, kidnap Lois Lane, kidnap Superman's mom, tell Superman to kill Batman or she dies. Then hope that Superman doesn't explain the situation to Batman and that they just fight each other. Oh. Okay, simple enough. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Cool. Yeah, so instead of explaining the situation right away to Batman, Superman will be like, Bruce, I gotta talk to you. Bruce, listen. Listen to me, Bruce. Bruce, this is important. Bruce, I'm gonna say something important. And so then they fight? Yes, they do. For a couple of minutes. Very cool. But then Batman finds out that Superman's mom has the same name as his mom. That makes them stop fighting? Yeah, because it makes Batman realize, oh, this guy has a mom. He can't be that bad. every concern I had about this super powerful alien is gone. Interesting. And so they're gonna team up to fight the giant doomsday monster that Lex somehow knew how to make. How does that go? Well, they managed to kill it, but Superman dies in the process. Oh, well, I mean, he's not really dead, right? Of course not, obviously.
But we will spend a long time pretending like he is.
Even though nobody's gonna buy that? Even though nobody's gonna buy that. Cool, so listen, we also have to kind of use this movie to set up the Justice League film. Is that gonna be hard to shoehorn in there? No, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Really? Yeah, actually way ahead of you on that one. Batman is gonna meet Wonder Woman at Lex's party. Oh, why is she there? Because. Gotcha, and they're gonna go on kind of a side quest to uncover the other heroes?
No, but what they will do, and people are gonna love this, is send each other some emails.
Why are people gonna love that? Well, think about it. What is the big thing missing from the modern superhero movie? I feel like you're gonna say emails, but emails! People wanna see superheroes email each other. All right, I mean, you seem really excited about emails. Oh, I am. Great, well, I hope people share your excitement. Yeah, so these emails are gonna have attachments of video files showing the other heroes. You know what? I guess that is pretty cool, right? Yeah, it's much more efficient than taking the time to set up these characters before jumping into the big team-up movie. Oh yeah, Marvel wishes they thought of an email scene. Oh yeah, they're kicking themselves. So what do you think of the movie overall? Doesn't matter. What do you mean? Look, we have Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in the same movie. We could do anything we want and everyone's gonna love it.
Oh, really?
Listen to me. Everyone. So you have a new comic book movie script for me?
Yes, sir, I do. It's called Suicide Squad.
Sounds dark. What's it about?
Well, first off, there's a guy who's like, hey, what if Superman had decided to rip the roof off of the Oval Office and fly away with the president? Who would have stopped him?
Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be a tough question to answer.
Nope, super easy. Barely an inconvenience, actually.
Oh, really?
Well, this woman, Amanda Waller, realizes the only way to stop that from happening is to form a team comprised of a crazy lady with a baseball bat, a dude who's good with guns, a guy who can shoot fire but doesn't wanna, an alcoholic Australian with a stick, a reptile, and also a witch who does weird things with her hips.
What kind of things?
Like if you tried to take your pants off without using your hands, it would probably look something like this.
Wow, so this is like a lot of characters to introduce.
Yeah, but I figure we could just freeze on them for a few seconds each and throw a bunch of text on the screen.
And people are gonna have time to read all that?
Well, I guess when people watch it at home, they can hit pause and read it.
What about the people that paid to see it in theaters?
Oh, well, they'll just have to deal with, you know, not having character development.
Fair enough, and so the idea is that these people would be able to stop Superman from stealing the president.
That's what we're going with.
Okay, well, sounds like an interesting group of heroes.
Oh no, they're all incarcerated criminals.
What?
Yeah, Amanda Waller has to force them all to join the team by putting tiny bombs in their necks.
Why would she want a team of bad guys? Are all the heroes dead or something?
No, actually, Batman and the Flash have cameos.
Oh, so they like show up and help the Suicide Squad once they turn good?
No, they're the ones who put the Suicide Squad in jail.
Okay, I'm a little confused.
Well, part of the concept is that the government will use them for covert missions, and if something goes wrong, they just blame everything on the Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay, I got you. So what do they go up against in the movie?
Well, the witch Enchantress goes rogue, and so she makes a giant doomsday sky beam, and she also has an army of zombies with blackberries for heads.
And Enchantress is part of the Suicide Squad.
That's right.
So it really is the fault of the bad guys. They don't even have to pretend.
Well, technically the witch isn't a bad guy. She's just an archaeologist that got possessed by a spirit.
So if they don't manage to stop the magic archaeologist, she's gonna destroy the world.
Right.
And so if that happens, the government will be like, well, don't look at us. This was all the work of a lady with a baseball bat and a guy with a gun and a reptile and a fire guy.
And an Australian alcoholic.
Right, with the stick. Okay, any other characters I should know about?
Well, there's the Joker.
Oh, the Joker is in this.
Yeah, he is, but this isn't your typical Joker.
How so?
He's got like slick back hair and he wears expensive clothes and he likes clubbing.
So he's like a douchebag.
Exactly, but he's not just a douchebag, you know? He's also very damaged.
How are we gonna get that across?
We're gonna tattoo the word damaged on his forehead.
That'll do it.
Yeah, he actually has a lot of clever tattoos like that.
What are some of the other ones?
Well, he's got like a laughing mouth on his hand.
Oh, because he's the Joker.
Right, and he also has a Joker skull on his chest.
Okay, yeah, because he's the Joker.
Yeah, and he has the word Joker written on his stomach.
That makes a lot of sense because he's the Joker.
Yeah, and on his chest and arms he also has like ha 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 ha, ha ha ha, ha 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 ha, ha 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 ha.
Yeah, because he's the Joker.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but that also works that way. Very cool. So what's his role in the movie? Oh, he's like barely gonna be in it. Oh, yeah, he's just gonna kind of show up once in a while like, hey everyone, look how crazy I am. Whoa. Okay, interesting. And then during the big mission, he's gonna help Harley Quinn escape in a helicopter. Oh, well that's important. Yeah, but it's not gonna work and the chopper is gonna crash and explode almost immediately. Okay, so he really has no effect on the plot whatsoever. No, you could cut him out and the plot would be exactly the same. Well, I guess killing the Joker in a helicopter crash is gonna be a big surprise. Oh, he's not gonna die. Really? He's gonna survive a helicopter crash? Yeah, helicopter crashes in this movie aren't really a big deal. Oh, they're not lethal? No, not at all. It's actually kind of just how people get to the ground. Wow, so how does the movie end? Well, the squad have to kill Enchantress, but first they have to fight her brother, who's like, a thing. So Fire Guy is like, good news everyone, I'm secretly a big fire guy. That's a good twist. Yeah, so Big Fire Guy lures Witch Brother into a corner where an army guy is gonna blow them all up. Wow, but I guess an explosion wouldn't hurt the Big Fire Guy. Oh yeah, no, he dies. Oh really? So everyone in the squad is like, oh no, Fire Guy. Nobody cares about the army guy sacrificing himself too? Not even a little. That's cold. Yeah, so then they kill Enchantress, they go back to jail, and that's it. That's it? Yep. So what do you think? Well, the only part that feels a little weird to me is the fact that the Joker is in the movie, but he's not the main villain. Okay. So I just want to double check. You're absolutely sure that that's the right way to go about this? 100%. I will stand by that decision till the day I die. Well then, let's do it. Great. So you have a Wonder Woman script for me? Yes, sir, I do. So we're gonna see Diana as a little girl on Themyscira, which is an island full of badass warrior women. And they all have this sacred duty to protect mankind. Very cool. Yeah. It's too bad I'm gonna have to give them all silly accents. What? Well, Gal Gadot can't really do any other accents than her own, so we're gonna have to, you know, make everyone talk a little silly. Well, what kind of accent are we talking here? Not gonna lie, it's gonna sound a little like Borat. My wife. Very nice, Diana, I like. All right, so anyway, Diana's mom tells her all about this god named Ares that killed all the other gods and wants men to destroy each other. Okay. And Zeus left the Amazons with a weapon powerful enough to kill a god. And there's also gonna be a lot of talk about how Diana can't know who she truly is. So is Diana the god killer? Well, yeah, damn it. Sorry, was that a twist? Yeah, it's like a big twist later. Is it that obvious? Oh yeah. Oh well, maybe it'll surprise some people. Nah, damn. But wait, if Diana's mom doesn't want her to find out who she truly is, why does she even tell her about Ares and a god killer in the first place? Well, she tells her that this sword is the god killer. Okay, but instead of doing that, why not just not tell her about any of it at all? Well, because I have to have Diana learn this stuff for the movie's plot to happen. Couldn't she stumble upon some ancient text or something, instead of having the one person who doesn't want her to look into this stuff be the one to tell her all about this stuff? Right, I guess that would make more sense, but I want to have these cool drawings show up on the screen while she's explaining it. Oh, that sounds cool. Okay, keep it like that. Great. So anyway, one day Diana's looking out to sea and she sees a guy named Steve Trevor crash his plane and then she saves him. Did you have anyone in mind to play him? Maybe we could get one of those hot Chris's? Oh, which one? Chris Pratt? He's Marvel. Chris Hemsworth? Also Marvel. Chris Evans? He's Marvel. Chris Nolan? He's a director. Chris Plummer? That's an old guy. Christina Applegate? That's a woman. Christmas? That's a holiday. Chris Christie? Politician. Christian Mingle? Dating website? Well, maybe that Star Trek guy. Chris Maple? Wrong tree. Chrysanthemum? That's a flower. Chris Pine? That's the one. Oh yeah, I could get Chris Pine. We're actually good friends. Well, great. So anyway, this guy's being chased by some Germans. Uh-oh. And then Steve tells them about World War I. They don't know about World War I? Apparently not. Isn't it their sacred duty to protect mankind? You'd think they'd stay up to date with like weapons and world conflicts. You'd think so, but it seems like they were more focused on doing like backflips and stuff. Fair enough, backflips are tight. They're really good at backflips. Well, that's great. So Steve also tells them about these two bad guys, Ludendorff and Dr. Poison, who made some really deadly gas. What's their backstory? They're evil. Ooh, that's good. So Diana decides that Ares is causing World War I and she wants to go with Steve to end it. I have to say, it's pretty cool to have a man land on an island where it's all women and not fall into the territory of like immature sex jokes. And before they leave, she's gonna see his penis. Okay, right, there it is. And she's never seen one before, so it's funny. Yeah, I got it. So Steve must be like losing his mind finding out that gods are real. Not really, he's kind of like, huh, that's neat. Well, he's not wrong. So they're gonna go to London together to tell Steve's bosses about the gas. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no time to waste. No, there's not. But we are gonna have a fun little shopping montage where she tries on some dresses. Shopping montages are fun. Are some of the dresses gonna be silly? Some of them are gonna be silly. That is fresh. Also, some German spies are gonna try to kill Steve. Uh-oh. Yeah, but Steve and Diana are gonna knock them all unconscious except for one. What happens to him? Well, Wonder Woman tries to question him, but he kills himself with cyanide. Oh, well, there are other guys that are just unconscious so she can question them, right? Yeah, I guess so. But she's not gonna do that. Oh, so then Diana and Steve present their information to the government people and they're like, we have to do something, and the government people are like, meh. So are they gonna take matters into their own hands? They're gonna take matters into their own hands. Taking matters into your own hands is tight. Yeah, so Steve's gonna assemble a crack team of soldiers, and what's interesting about them is that none of them have character arcs. Oh, what do you mean? Well, for example, one of them's gonna have PTSD and not be able to fire a shot, and we're not gonna pay that off in the end by having him overcome it and take an important shot. Nope. Interesting choice. So then they're gonna go to No Man's Land. What's that? It's a place where soldiers haven't been able to gain an inch of ground because there are a bunch of Germans with machine guns. Okay. So Wonder Woman steps out and they all start shooting at her. Wow. So Steve is like, she's taking all the fire, let's go. Won't the Germans just start shooting at other people too? They will not. They're very focused at pointing all their firepower at this half-naked woman. Oh, and do any of the bullets hit her? Not one. They all seem to shoot at her at shoulder level, so it's easy to block. What a weird strategy. And then her and Steve are gonna save a small town together. I gotta say, it's refreshing to have a man and a woman working together in this movie without all the romantic stuff you usually see. And then her and Steve are gonna bone. Oh, they are? Yeah. And from there, everything's gonna get real silly. How so? Well, like they find out that Ludendorff is throwing a big party, right? Right. And Steve gets in by speaking English with a German accent and pretending like he lost his invitation. Oh, that is silly. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is this thing in movies called the translation convention where foreign characters speak to each other in English just as kind of a way to avoid subtitles. Yeah, I mean, that'd be okay, but we are gonna have subtitles in other parts of the movie. Oh, yeah, and German soldiers are gonna yell at each other in German, so it's a thing. So Steve is really just using the fact that the German high command speak English to each other as a way to move the plot forward. Right. And so then Wonder Woman is also gonna sneak into the party after forcibly undressing a woman and leaving her in the woods. And she's not even gonna try to do an accent. Oh, does she get caught? No, she's gonna slow dance with Ludendorff, and unprompted, he's gonna start talking about Greek gods. Why would he do that? Yeah, it's super unnatural, but I want the audience to think he's Ares. Ah. So then Ludendorff is gonna gas the small town from earlier, and Wonder Woman's gonna get mad. Not very nice of him. And then she's gonna kill him and be kind of devastated that the whole war doesn't just come to an end after he dies. Oh, that's actually good. We'll have her realize that not all men are good, and everyone's to blame in war, and then the real Ares is gonna show up. Oh, it seemed like you had a really cool message going. Yeah, but then I didn't. Right. And so it turns out that this whole time Ares was this mustache government guy, Sir Patrick. Wow, well, what happens next? They're gonna have a huge fight and use crazy powers and throw stuff at each other and pew, 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 and lights and pew. What are Diana's powers exactly? We're gonna keep it really vague, so anytime she does something, people will be like, oh, I guess she can do that. Smart. And then Steve Rogers is gonna sacrifice himself in an airplane. Did you say Steve Rogers? Nope, and so then Wonder Woman levels up thanks to the power of love. Wow. And Ares is gonna be like, I will destroy you. I mean, you're gonna come up with a better line than that, right? Uh-huh. Yep. I will. And then what happens? Well, then she's gonna kill Ares and the whole war is gonna stop. So it really was all the fault of Ares. Mm-hmm. Doesn't that kind of trivialize the significance of World War I? Maybe. And how does it end? Diana's gonna fly away. It's gonna be really nice. Oh, she can fly now. Sure, why not? Very cool. So what do you think? Well, I feel like it's really significant that we're doing a female-led superhero film, you know? Yeah, we're making big strides. Exactly. It's about time that women get equal treatment in Hollywood, and it starts with us. Okay, so tell me about this Justice League script. Okay, so there's this bad guy named Steppenwolf, right? What's his backstory? Barely matters, but he wants to destroy the world, so he has to get these boxes together. And that's gonna be hard for him to do? Oh no, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Great, what's he look like? Well, in the comics, he's got like a goatee and a helmet with horns. Okay. You don't like it? I'm just kind of picturing something more like the back of Professor Quirrell's head in Harry Potter. You know when Voldemort's kind of just living on there? Does that sound good? Yeah, sounds perfect. So tell me more about these boxes. Well, they're called mother boxes. Mother boxes. Yeah, and Steppenwolf's gonna say mother kind of a lot, like more than you'd think he would. Okay, can we also have him say some like super generic bad guy sayings? Oh yeah, there's a ton of that in here. At one point he's like, this world will fall. So generic, I love it. At another point he's like, primitive beings. Perfect. Okay, now tell me about the Justice League itself. Right, so Batman figures out that something bad is going on, so he has to convince the other heroes to join his team. And that's gonna be hard for him to do? No, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, yeah, well Wonder Woman's already on board, and then the Flash straight up says yes, and then they're like, we have to find Cyborg, and Cyborg shows up like, hey, I'm Cyborg, what's going on? And Aquaman? Oh, Aquaman, that's where things get spicy here. I'm listening. Okay, so follow me on this. Aquaman is gonna say no at first. Right. And so people watching will be like, wait, is Aquaman not gonna join the League? That is good. But then he's gonna change his mind. Almost immediately. And what are all the characters like? Like, is Batman still moody? No, Batman kind of cracks jokes now, and he really, really misses Superman. But weren't they friends for like a minute in Batman v Superman? That was enough. Calls him Clark now, like they were best friends. Fair enough. Then there's Wonder Woman. Okay, so her movie was really empowering for women, so we really have to emulate that again. Way ahead of you. So we're gonna have the Flash trip and fall onto her boobs. Great. There's gonna be a little moment where the Flash is lying on top of her, and it's gonna be really funny. Because that's how people do sex. Because that's how people do sex, exactly. People are gonna like that. Yeah, and then we have Aquaman talk about how hot she is, and then we have some of the Amazons fighting in bikinis. So basically that sends the same message as Wonder Woman. Yeah, basically I think so. And what about Aquaman? Don't people think he's kind of lame in the comics? Oh yeah, no, he's a badass in the movie though. Check out this line of his, my man. Oh, that doesn't sound lame. No, he's a badass now. He also drinks alcohol. That is so cool. Drinking alcohol is super cool. Listen, this all sounds great so far, but it feels like something's missing. Superman. I mean, yeah, but he's dead, right? Yep, but they're gonna bring him back from the dead. Oh my god. It's gonna be really fun. He's gonna be really mad at Batman. But didn't you just say they were best friends at the end of the movie? Yeah, but he kinda needs to hate him because we wanna have them fight. Wait, Superman and Batman fight against each other. I know it sounds pretty crazy, but I think we can try some new stuff in this movie. Okay, now even though this is kind of a big plot thing, we can still have Henry Cavill promote the movie, right? Oh, sure. That's not gonna like ruin the surprise, is it? No, I think people will still be surprised. Because in the movie you say he's dead, right? Exactly, so people will be like, oh, I guess Henry Cavill's not in this movie. Right, so maybe he just did those interviews as like a fan. And then they bring him back to life and people will be like, what? Perfect. And how does the movie end? Oh, they just kind of stop Steppenwolf. There's no consequences? No, they just kind of fight his parademon things and then they stop him. I feel like there should be some consequences, or maybe just like a feeling that the stakes are high. I can add in a Russian family that gets scared. That'll do it. Great. I gotta say, I think we have a winner here. Me too. So, you have an Aquaman script for me? Yes, sir, I do. And as you know, Aquaman is cool now. Of course, he drank alcohol in Justice League and said, my man. Exactly. So just to quickly reestablish how cool he is, I thought we could put some heavy metal guitar riffs when he shows up at the beginning. Would that actually work? Oh yeah, check this out. Oh, very cool. Right? Yeah, I suddenly feel like watching what you do for a little over 2 hours. Okay, well I have a colonoscopy scheduled for right after this meeting, but you're free to tag along. I'll definitely do that. So what happens in the movie? Well, we're gonna establish Aquaman's backstory by spending some time with his parents. And what's their deal? Aquaman's dad is this guy named Thomas, and he's a lighthouse keeper. Okay. And one day he notices something very peculiar wash up on shore. So he sleeps with it? I mean, yes, but I didn't tell you it was a living being that washed up on shore. How'd you know that he sleeps with it? It's just the natural order of things, you know? A man discovers something new and immediately it's like, I gotta find a way to make love to this. Well, yeah, that is pretty much how it goes. So it turns out it was this lady from Atlantis named Atlanta that washed up. Wow. And she eats his pet goldfish, so instantly he's like, oh, let's make a baby. Eating people's pets is super romantic. So then we're gonna jump forward in time and have a submarine filled with military seamen be attacked by pirates. Oh, seamen is tight. R. Ah, is that what the pirates sound like? No, that's the word you should have used instead of is to downgrade that sentence from disgusting to just weird. Whoops. Whoopsie. So anyway, in the middle of the submarine takeover pirate mission, an older pirate gives his son a knife. Oh, he does? Yeah, and he tells him a story about his grandfather, and they have a nice bonding moment. It's really nice. Seems like the kind of thing he would have done before or after the mission. Well, he's gonna do it right in the middle of it. Well, okay then. And then Aquaman's gonna come on board to stop them, and they're gonna try to kill him. Amazing. And then the daddy pirate's gonna get pinned and the submarine's gonna be filling up with water. Uh-oh. So then the son is like, Aquaman, you need to help him. He's gonna die. How could he possibly expect Aquaman to help after trying to murder him? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but this way we have a motivation for the son to become Black Manta. Oh, Black Manta. People love that character from the comics. Yeah, he's like Aquaman's nemesis, so he's gonna be really badass and there's gonna be a huge fight between him and Aquaman. Amazing. That's gonna be a great way to end the movie. Oh no, it's gonna happen like halfway through the movie and then he's gonna be gone until the mid-credits. Oh, that's very disappointing. Maybe we should just save the character for the sequel, you know? Really do him justice? No. Fair enough. Anyway, the main bad guy is this dude named Orm. And what's his deal? Well, he's Aquaman's half-brother and he wants to wage war on the land dwellers because we've been throwing trash in the ocean. Oh, so what does he do? Well, he does this really cool thing where he makes tsunamis and sends all the trash back on shore. Oh, that's pretty neat. Right? Why didn't he do that in the first place? What do you mean? I mean, if sending trash back to shore was an option, why didn't they do do that right away, you know? Prevent the oceans from being polluted at all.
I don't know.
The land dwellers would have been like, oh, I guess you can't dump trash in the ocean, it comes right back.
Yeah, I guess that would have saved the lives of a whole bunch of sea creatures and prevented this whole thing.
Probably.
Anyway, Aquaman is gonna challenge him to a big fight.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's like this big event. There's a huge crowd of people watching and an octopus playing the drums.
What?
Yeah, they trained a giant octopus to play the drums. Pretty cool, right?
If they could train an octopus to do stuff, why would they train it to be a musician?
Listen, do you want to see a giant octopus play the drums or not?
Of course I do.
Well, then let's not think about this too much.
Well, okay then.
Anyway, so then Aquaman and this lady Mira need to find a trident so Aquaman could become king.
Okay.
So they're gonna go to the Sahara Desert and Sicily and Jurassic Park.
Oh, surprise dinosaurs are the best kind.
So the movie's basically gonna jump back and forth between crazy action scenes and the characters delivering a bunch of exposition to each other.
Wow, it must be difficult to jump back and forth between exposition and action.
Actually, super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, once enough information has been delivered in a scene, I'll just have the conversation be cut off by an explosion.
Oh, well, that's one cool way to transition. What other ways are we gonna use?
Other explosions.
That works.
Yeah, over and over again. And then Aquaman is gonna find his mom that he thought was dead and then get his hands on the trident.
Wow.
And then we're gonna have a giant CGI battle with a bunch of sharks and lasers and sea creatures.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be like watching Star Wars and Tron at the same time while sitting inside an aquarium that's way over capacity.
Amazing.
And then Aquaman is gonna fight Orm, but their mom is gonna pop out, so Orm is gonna be like, oh, you're alive, that's great, I overreacted.
Why did she wait so long to pop out?
So we can have a giant CGI battle scene.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, what do you think?
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and I think the right soundtrack could really make this a thrill ride, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I want to get some special tracks made for this, really get a reaction out of people.
What kind of reaction are we talking?
I'm talking about the kind of music choices that make people puke in their mouths.
What? So, you have a Shazam script for me? Yes, sir, I do. And with people's reaction to the overall gloom of the DCEU, I thought we could make this one a little more funny and lighthearted. Well, that sounds like a great idea. I'll get Joss Whedon on the phone right now. Wait, what? No, why? To give him a bunch of money to punch this thing up. He made the Avengers, so it's a good move. Oh, I don't like the sound of that at all. It sounds like the result's gonna be a disjointed turd of a movie. We're having him do it for Justice League. Oh, you are? Okay, well, I'm sure that's gonna be great then. Anyway, so that's a pass on Joss. You wanna handle the comedy yourself? Yeah, yes, please. Oh, you're crazy, man. That's why I like you. Well, okay then. So anyway, the movie's gonna follow this kid, Billy Batson, and he gets put in a foster home with a bunch of other kids. Okay. And he's not really into it, but this disabled boy, Freddy, is like, what's up? Let's be friends. I love superheroes. Oh, and Billy doesn't want to be friends? Nope, but then one day at school, some bullies show up. Oh, bullies are always entertaining in movies. What are they gonna do, give a wet willy? No, they're gonna hit the disabled kid with their car and then kick him in the stomach a bunch of times. Oh my god. Yeah, classic bullies. What are you gonna do? Okay, those aren't bullies, those are literal psychopaths. Oh, did I go too intense with that? Whoops. Whoopsie. Anyway, Billy's gonna step in and hit them. I mean, anyone who witnessed something like that would step in, that's horrible. Actually, there's a big crowd of people watching. Oh, there is? Yeah, they don't do anything, and Billy only steps in because the bullies make a joke about moms. Oh, being a passive onlooker is tight. Uh-huh, so anyway, this wizard Shazam is looking for somebody pure of heart to be his champion and give his powers to. So he's like, oh, maybe this Billy kid. Because he didn't let some psychopaths publicly beat a handicapped student? Yep, apparently that's enough to be considered. Very low standards. Yeah, so the wizard is like, say my name and take my powers, okay? Cause I gotta die real quick. Oh, why does he have to die? Oh, well, cause the bad guy Savannah messed him up and took away the 7 deadly sins demons that he was guarding and put them in his eyeball. Okay, I'll just take your word for it that makes sense. Great. Although, couldn't the wizard have done anything to stop the Savannah guy from doing that? Yeah, he probably could have shot a lightning bolt at the guy who was just a human, but he let him do his thing. Oh, interesting decision. So anyway, then Billy turns into a grown-up superhero. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, and the wizard tells him, you know, you're gonna have the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the wisdom of Solomon. So he's like super wise and smart as the hero? No, actually, he's gonna be much goofier as the hero than as the teenager. Oh, so that wisdom thing was just nothing? Pretty much, yeah. Huh? Yeah, he's just gonna be super goofy and love soda pop and candy and dancing and stuff. As the hero. Yeah, and as the kid, he's gonna be much more dark and sad and moody. Shouldn't we try to keep both versions of Billy the same character-wise? It's gonna come off as 2 different humans. Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna feel that way. Yeah, okay, you're not gonna fix it? Okay. So anyway, Billy teams up with Freddy to do a bunch of tests and figure out what his powers are. How do they do that? By conveniently stumbling upon random acts of violence. Oh yeah? Yeah, there happens to be a mugging in the park they're in, then there happens to be a robbery in the store they're in. Oh yeah, okay. But yeah, they're just gonna gonna have a ton of fun with these tests.
Very cool.
Yeah, like we'll have Billy do whatever dance is popular with the kids at the time of shooting, and Freddy's gonna shoot the whole thing and put it up on a YouTube channel.
Well, this does sound very fun. I have to say, I'm really enjoying how lighthearted and kid-friendly this whole thing sounds like it's gonna.
And then Savannah throws his brother out a skyscraper window to his death, and another guy gets his head bit off by a demon.
Oh my god.
And his decapitated body gets thrown out the window too, and from outside the office you could just see people get massacred through the tinted windows begging for their lives.
Why are you doing this?
And in the midst of the corpses, Savannah's father is still alive, so he has a demon just tear him apart.
That took such a turn.
Yeah.
It feels like tonally that was a massive shift. Is this a horror movie or a kid's movie?
Both, sometimes when I feel like it, I don't know.
Maybe you should, pick a thing.
No.
Well, okay then.
And by the way, these sin demons have to look really scary. Is that something we could pull off?
Depends what you want them to look like.
Well, for example, people didn't really like the CGI on Doomsday and Batman v Superman, so if it could be better than that, that'd be great.
Okay. And would you settle for much worse than that?
Yeah, sure, that works.
Great. So tell me more about this villain.
Oh, well, you know how in Marvel movies they do the thing where the bad guy has the same powers as the good guy, but he's evil?
Of course, it's one of the main complaints about the MCU.
Well, I figure, and hear me out here, we could do that too.
Oh, well, I mean, Marvel does make money, so I guess I'm fully on board the generic villain train.
Fantastic.
So what else happens in the movie?
Well, we're gonna have this thing where Freddy tells the bullies that he knows Shazam, but they don't believe him.
Okay.
So he's like, well, the superhero's gonna show up at lunch tomorrow, but then Billy flakes on him and doesn't go.
Oh.
Yeah, so Freddy can't prove that he's friends with a superhero, so he just gets the biggest wedgie.
Why doesn't he just show them that he's the one running the YouTube channel where all the videos got posted and his voice is in all of them and he has the original camera they were filmed on?
Oh, I don't know.
Fair enough.
So eventually Billy's gonna find his real mom that he's been looking for his whole life.
Okay.
And it turns out she intentionally abandoned him.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, they got split up at a carnival, and then she saw him with some police officers, and she was like, yeah, no, that's better.
You can do that?
Yeah, and apparently the police won't look into it at all. They won't ask around, they won't go to your home, they won't search for you with your maiden name.
Wow, I didn't know abandoning a child was so easy.
Oh yeah, it's super easy, barely in
Hold on a second. Hey, honey?
Oh.
Yeah, did you know we could just abandon him? Like, just leave him in a public place? Yeah, no, I know he's our son. I thought we could have a lot more free time if we... No, I understand. Oh, okay. Okay, no, I'm sorry I suggested it. Okay, bye. Yeah, so my wife was not into that idea.
Worth a shot, I guess.
Anyway, so how does the movie end?
Oh, well, Billy's gonna get progressively better with his powers, and then we're gonna have a big final fight between him and Savannah and the Sins.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and the Sins can do this thing where they turn to smoke, apparently, so they're hard to grab onto.
Wow.
And then all of Billy's foster brother and sisters also get Shazam powers.
Oh, very exciting, but isn't it gonna be hard for them to fight? I mean, Billy took the whole movie to learn his powers.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is the climax of the movie, so they're just gonna, automatically be great at it.
Well, okay then.
Yeah, so it's just gonna be a big slugfest.
What do they do against the monsters move where they turn into smoke?
Oh, the monsters are just not gonna do that anymore and also be much less violent than they were before.
Oh, very considerate monsters.
For sure. So then, yeah, the good guys win.
Amazing.
Then we're gonna have this end scene in the school cafeteria where Shazam walks in to see Freddy.
Okay.
And then we see Superman walk in all his glory.
Henry Cavill's not available.
And then we see Superman walk in from the shoulders down.
There it is.
And so, yeah, that's about it.
Wow, well, it sounds like a lot of fun and also, sometimes suddenly horrifying.
Yeah, sometimes. So who do you think we should get to play the villain?
Well, villains are tricky, It's gonna take a lot of work. We gotta look around, find the right actor, someone who could be menacing, someone that's an unexpected choice.
Man, that does sound like a lot of work.
Or, we could just cast someone who's played comic book villains before.
Oh, that sounds easier. Let's do that.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we could do a Birds of Prey movie featuring Harley Quinn. Oh, like she's gonna have a cameo? No, it's gonna be like 90% about Harley Quinn and how crazy she is. Oh, it is? Yeah, it's gonna be like Harley Quinn the movie. Oh, and also, by the way, Birds of Prey. Well, okay then, so what happens in this thing? Well, Harley Quinn and the Joker broke up, so now everybody that she wronged wants to kill her since she no longer has his protection. Oh, uh-oh. Yeah, there are just people coming after her left and right. It's chaos. Very exciting. Yeah, and I really want this to focus on Harley Quinn, but I did think it'd be cool if we had like a little Joker cameo. Right, yeah, I got your email about that. I actually made a couple calls, got the ball rolling. Amazing. People are gonna love that. They sure are. I wasn't sure which one you wanted though, so I went ahead and got Murr. What?
Hi guys, super excited for this.
Wow.
Wow.
What is going on? I got you one of the Jokers just like you wanted. If you wanted Sal, you should have specified Sal. Okay, I meant like the Joker, like the Jared Leto Joker. Oh, now that you say that, that makes a whole lot more sense.
Oh, whoops.
Whoops. Whoopsie. All right, Murr, do you think you can find your way out?
Sure. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Okay, he stole my line. Yeah, he stole it. All right, bye.
Bye.
So can we get Jared Leto then? Oh, yeah, no, I don't want him figuring out my new address. He's gonna start sending me weird stuff again. Oh, yeah, that's probably smart. But what about Batman? Are we gonna have like a Batman cameo? Nope, but we are gonna have Bruce. Oh, like he's gonna show up as Bruce Wayne. No, Bruce is a hyena named after Bruce Wayne. Oh, so this movie's like crazy. Yeah. So what's the deal with this hyena? It's gonna be there, but then it's not, but then it is again. I love it. Anyway, so one of the people that wants Harley dead is this bad guy, Roman Sionis. And what's his deal? Well, he's evil. Isn't Harley Quinn like kind of evil as well? Yeah, but this guy's like over the top evil to make Harley look better to the audience. Gotcha. And this guy Sionis is like running the show in Gotham now in terms of crime. Where's the Joker? Out of town or something. I don't know, Florida? And what about other famous Gotham villains like Penguin or Riddler or Mr. Freeze? Well, sir, this is Gotham, but also, you know, extremely not. Oh, okay. So the Sionis guy captures Harley and he wants to cut her face off because that's a thing he does. Wow. But also he wants this diamond that has like a valuable code in it, so Harley's like, don't kill me, I could go find the diamond for you. Where's this diamond? Inside a child. Oh my god. Yeah, this little pickpocket girl, Cassandra Cain, steals the diamond and then swallows it after being arrested, so she becomes just the most adorable plot device. And so this bad guy agrees to not kill Harley if she can go get the diamond. He does, and then also sends a bunch of bad guys after it too. If he wants her dead, why is he doing that? Why not just kill her while he has her? Because she's the main character. Right, of course. So anyway, Harley goes to the police station to get this girl and just destroys everybody with a beanbag launcher. With what? Like a beanbag launcher. It shoots confetti too. It's really fun. Don't any of these cops have, you know, guns? Apparently not. So then she goes to get this girl out of her holding cell. Do the cops not follow her there? They do not. So then all the cells open and Harley has to fight a bunch of criminals. Oh man, how's she gonna get out of that situation? Well, they all take turns attacking her instead of ganging up, so she's able to fight them off pretty easily. Very considerate of them. It is. So then Harley brings this girl to her apartment because she doesn't want the bad guys to cut her open. She just wants her to poop out the diamond. Oh, valuable poops are tight. Yeah. Isn't she being hunted by everyone, including the police? Yep, she is. So then the police bang on the door. Why would she go to her apartment? Unclear, and then someone shoots like a rocket at her place. Why did she go home? So then Harley calls Sionis to be like, all right, let's meet in an abandoned theme park, because that's my brand. What happens to all the people that were just attacking her apartment? Unclear. So she goes to this amusement park funhouse thing, and she gets attacked by this cop, Renee Montoya. Oh, is she one of the birds of prey? She is, and she's wasted because stuff hasn't been going well for her at the police station. So I guess it'll be pretty easy for Harley to knock her out. Actually, they go blow for blow. It's a very even fight. Hasn't Harley been knocking down massive criminals with relative ease? How can she not fight one drunk lady? Well, Montoya is a more prominent character, which makes her harder to fight. Oh, okay. Anyway, then the other birds of prey show up too. And who are they? Well, there's this one named Huntress, right? And the diamond actually belonged to her family, and they were all killed, and she trained for years for revenge. Wow, sounds like this should be her movie. Yeah, super interesting story for sure. Really captivating stuff. So why isn't this her movie? Well, she hasn't proven her marketability yet. Oh, yeah, that's right. Shove her in the background for sure then. There's also this singer lady who betrayed Sionis, and she goes by Black Canary. Wow, so the whole team's together? The whole team's together. So then Sionis shows up outside with like an army of bad guys. Uh-oh. Yeah, so a bunch of them run into the building to fight these women. Well, how do they protect themselves from all the gunfire? Well, these first few waves of bad guys don't actually use guns. Why not? Because then the main characters would die. Right, but that's what the bad guys want, right? Yeah, but that's not what I want, so it's just gonna be hand-to-hand combat at first. Well, okay then. So after they beat up those guys who for some reason were dressed like the band Slipknot, they all stroll out of the funhouse feeling pretty good about themselves. Isn't Sionis standing right outside with a bunch of bad guys? He is, so they all get caught off guard. Did they forget he was there? Yeah, that's actually something I learned from the writers of Game of Thrones. Turns out you could have characters just kind of forget about massive threats they knew about just moments before. Well, if there's one thing those guys know, it's how to write an ending, so I'm all in. Great, and so now the bad guys use guns, so you know, it's really dangerous. Wow, is it gonna be hard for them to beat them? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, Black Canary uses her superpowers and knocks everyone down with her voice. What? Yeah, she has superpowers. Is that something we established or knew about during the movie? We did not know. I mean, she broke a glass while singing, but that's about it. How come she didn't use that power as soon as she saw Sionis show up with all his men? I don't know. Fair enough. So anyway, then Harley chases Sionis because he stole the valuable constipated child and they blow him up with a grenade. Wow. So what do you think? Well, it sounds insane. Thank you. And I mean, Harley Quinn is one of our most popular characters right now, so this is pretty much a guaranteed box office hit. So, you have a Wonder Woman sequel for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So we're gonna start the movie with Diana as a kid back in Themyscira.
Okay, and what's she up to?
Well, she's competing in the Amazon version of that TV show Wipeout, and she tries to use a shortcut to win and learns that cheating is wrong.
Sure, okay, that's a nice quick message to start the movie off.
It's gonna take a full 11 minutes.
Oh my god.
So then we're gonna jump forward to the 1980s, which is when this movie takes place.
Okay, so like 30, 40 years ago?
Oh, I don't enjoy that that's a true thing. So anyway, Diana is still super heartbroken about Steve Trevor dying in the first movie. He's all she can think about.
Really, after all that time?
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta understand, this was a really good guy she knew for a couple of days 7 decades ago.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So anyway, Diana's working in Washington, D.C. at the Smithsonian, and she has a new coworker named Barbara.
And what's her deal?
Oh, well, she's a frickin' nerd, sir. She can't even walk in heels.
Oh, embarrassing, disgusting, and pathetic. I bet nobody likes her.
Yeah, and so there's this artifact called the Dream Stone, and that's what this movie's gonna focus on.
And what's this thing do?
Oh, this thing's freaking nuts. It grants wishes, but it takes something in return.
A very magical stone.
Yeah, and this phony business guy, Max Lord, he gets his hand on it, and he wishes to become the Dream Stone.
Oh, so he turns to stone?
You would think so, the way that was phrased, but no, now he can grant people's wishes when they touch him, and he can take something in return.
And do Barbara and Diana get wishes in before he does that?
They do. Barbara wishes to be more like Diana, so she gets some nice clothes and some super strength, and now she can walk in heels.
Now that's impressive, am I right?
Yeah, she's not pathetic anymore. Also, she removes her glasses, which, as you know, makes people automatically more attractive.
That's just good character development is what that is.
And so Diana's gonna wish for Steve Trevor to come back to life, and this way we could get Chris Pine back in the movie.
Oh, people like Chris Pine, so what, does he just appear out of thin air?
Actually, no, his consciousness goes into this random guy's body, so everybody sees this random guy, but we see Chris Pine.
So, okay, is this because the stone can't make things just magically show up?
No, it absolutely can. A giant wall's gonna appear out of nowhere, so are some nukes. I mean, the thing is magic.
So why are we doing this weird body control thing with Steve?
I don't know.
What happens to this guy's consciousness while Steve's controlling his body?
Who's to say?
You are.
Yeah.
What if this guy has a job and a family he has to get to? Oh, God, the implications are insane. Where is his consciousness? Is he dead?
Oh, well, here's the thing, sir. I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back about this body control thing. Get off of it.
Oh, that felt vaguely threatening, so I'm gonna get off your back about that.
Great, and so then Steve and Diana, obviously, they get intimate, because, you know, they love each other.
They do that using a stranger's body. That's got to be crossing a line. That's not okay.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have them do it anyway, and I find it strange that you immediately got back on my back about that.
I mean, it's actually a really easy fix. Just have Steve Trevor show up as himself.
No. So then that Max Lord guy makes himself super rich, and he goes to Egypt to take some guy's oil and make himself even richer.
Okay.
So Steve and Diana, they gotta get over there, you know?
How are they gonna do that?
Well, the thing is, they can't just take a commercial flight, because Steve doesn't have a passport.
Well, I mean, the guy he's possessing probably has one.
Yeah, well, they don't check for that. They head to the Smithsonian and steal one of the jets from over there.
They have operational jets at the museum?
They do, yeah. Fully fueled jets just lying around, so they take one of those, because Steve was a pilot.
Okay, he was a pilot in World War I. Those are different planes.
Well, I mean, a plane is a plane.
Okay, yeah, that sentence is not technically wrong.
So there you go.
No, but
Sir, a plane is a plane. Are you implying that a plane's not a plane? Because a plane is a plane.
I mean, that's just such a vague general
A
statement.
plane is a plane.
Okay.
So then they're being chased because of the jet theft, and so Wonder Woman goes ahead and makes it invisible, and that's how she gets her invisible jet.
What? How?
Well, it turns out that's a thing she can do, so she does the thing that she can do.
Wow, well, thank God she has that ability we never once mentioned or referenced.
Yeah, it works out great, so they go to Egypt, and they have a big chase scene with Max Lord.
Oh, very exciting.
But he freaking gets away, and he goes around causing a bunch more chaos. Then he goes to see the President of the United States.
What for?
Well, he gets the President to wish for more nukes, and then he sees this technology just lying around in the Oval Office, and it's exactly what he needs.
What do you mean?
Well, it's this device that lets him take over everybody's screen around the world, so technically through like satellite waves, he's touching them.
How?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, I won't.
So then there's gonna be this fight in the White House, and Barbara, she's turning evil, so she gets in on that too.
Okay.
And Steve manages to grab Max Lord.
Oh, and so he wishes for everything to go back to normal?
Oh, yeah, no, that would have been smart. Instead, he pushes him around a bit.
Also a decent strategy.
Yeah, so then Max Lord escapes, and he heads off to the satellite island to do his broadcast.
Wow.
And Steve and Diana find out that everybody needs to renounce their wishes, or else civilization's gonna end. So they have this big emotional goodbye.
Oh, very sad.
Very sad, but then she starts to fly and lasso some lightning bolts, so that's pretty cool. That's not bad.
Oh, sure, yeah, that may as well happen.
So then Diana's gonna have to fight Barbara, who, by the way, is a cat now.
What?
Yeah, she's a cat now. She's part cheetah.
What are you talking about?
Well, see, Max Lord was like, hey, anything else you want? And she's like, yes, actually, I would like to be an apex predator, please.
Oh, so she could have just as easily been turned into a killer whale.
Yeah, I guess the
there was a chance she could have turned into a, orca whale, but that would have made for a less interesting fight scene.
Oh, I wholeheartedly disagree.
Anyway, so then we're gonna have a barely visible fight scene and Barbara's gonna get electrocuted.
Oh, so she dies?
Well, no, she gets a little sleepy, which is what happens when cats get electrocuted.
That's not, no, I don't think that's accurate.
Well, that's what my dad told me when my childhood cat chewed through his extension cord.
Your cat died, I think.
No, sir, he went to sleep, then he went to live on a farm, and I never saw him again.
I mean, okay, so what happens next?
Oh, well, Max is granting wishes to everybody in the world through their screens.
Most of the world doesn't speak English.
Well, okay, yeah, I'll keep that in mind for trivia night, I guess. That's interesting. Anyway, it's gonna be complete chaos.
Oh, it is?
Yep, people are killing each other with wishes. One guy gets a farm outside his apartment. People can wish for anything.
Really?
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts.
Statistically speaking, wouldn't at least one person wish for the guy that just showed up on their TV to die or for the world to end? Wouldn't at least one person wish for world peace? What happens with that paradox?
Well, I mean, that's like a 1 in a million kind of wish, right?
There are billions of people in the world.
Oh, you're just full of fun trivia tonight. So anyway, Diana has to lasso this guy, but her lasso can't get through this mysterious wind around him.
Oh, wow, it's gonna be tough for her to defeat him if she can't reach him.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, she gets her lasso around his ankle, and then she can talk to everybody through him.
I thought she couldn't get through with that thing.
Oh yeah, no, she couldn't, but then she could.
But how?
Unclear.
Well, okay then.
So then she tells everybody to renounce their wishes, because nothing good comes from lying.
And everybody does it.
Everybody does it, including Max Lord, who suddenly cares about his son that he's been actively ignoring the whole movie.
And so what about, what if someone with a terminal illness wished to be cured?
Oh, well, they would have to renounce that, because that's not the truth.
What if a blind person wished to be able to see?
That's a shortcut to being able to see, so that's wrong.
What if somebody wished to be able to feed their starving child?
Yeah, okay, this moment only works if everybody wishes for something selfish or violent, so we're gonna have to pretend like that's the case, okay?
Oh, pretending is tight. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, thank God. So then Max Lord is gonna go reunite with his son, who just kinda comes running out of the woods for no reason.
How did Max Lord get back from the island if he renounced all his wishes?
Unclear.
And what happens with Barbara?
Oh, well, she's not a cat anymore, and she's chilling, I imagine.
Okay.
Anyway, then Diana's gonna have a little flirty moment with the guy who Steve was controlling. It's gonna be very sweet.
He's already seen that guy naked.
Yeah, just a real sweet moment. It's gonna be Christmas, too.
Yeah, I don't know if it being Christmas makes it better.
And then she looks at a balloon, and we're all done. So what do you think?
I mean, I feel like using a strange man's body is just so deeply strange and raises so many messed up questions.
Right. Well, maybe nobody will think of how weird it is.
Well, yeah, I guess that is a possibility. Okay, let's do it. So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. Justice League.
Oh, you want to reboot it already? Sure, I guess enough time has passed. Nothing really matters.
No, actually, I figure we could release it again, but like a different version.
What do you mean?
Well, see, there's like this big fan campaign online, right? And people are kind of, shaming us for how bad the 2017 cut was.
Oh, that kind of hurts my feelings.
I bet. And so, people really want to see what Zack Snyder wanted to do with the movie originally,
Okay, so tell me about the script. What's going on in this version?
Oh, well, we're gonna dive into the characters a whole lot more in this one.
How are we gonna manage that?
By making it 4 hours long.
Oh my God.
It turns out you can dedicate a lot of time to characters when your movie's the length of half a workday.
That makes sense. So what's going on with Steppenwolf? Is he still after those mother box things in this movie?
He is.
Amazing. Anything new going on with him?
Oh, well, he's much spikier now.
Good.
And you know how people didn't really like that he was pretty much just evil, like that was his motivation?
Uh-huh.
Well, in this one, he's trying to kind of prove himself to Darkseid and redeem himself for something he's done.
And what's Darkseid's deal?
Oh, you're gonna like this. He's pretty much just evil. That's his motivation.
Perfect. And so what's going on with the Justice League?
Well, we're gonna have a whole lot of Cyborg in this movie. He's practically the main character.
Wow, I feel like he was barely in the other version. Did him and Joss Whedon not get along or something?
No, they didn't.
Oh, I should probably read the news more often.
Sure sounds that way. So he's gonna have this big car accident scene, right? And his dad is gonna use a mother box to rebuild him.
Wow.
Oh, and also the Flash is gonna have this big scene involving a car accident.
Okay, so we're just kind of sprinkling in some car accident scenes for everybody?
No. That'd be kind of repetitive.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, it's not all car accident scenes. Aquaman gets a boat accident scene.
Well, that's a completely different mode of transportation.
It is, and also a bunch of women are gonna sing at him, and one of them's gonna smell one of the many sweaters he tosses away in the film.
I mean, that sweater's gotta smell like fish, right?
Probably smells like fish, yeah.
And what about Wonder Woman? What's going on with her? Is she gonna get a plane crash or something?
No. Wonder Woman, actually, hold on a second before I get to Wonder Woman.
What?
There we go.
What is that? What?
Oh, this is the music that's gonna play when we see Wonder Woman.
Okay, I mean, sure, sounds like a great song. Perfect for the first time we see her.
It's gonna play every single time.
What?
Anytime Wonder Woman does anything at all, or any of the Amazons for that matter, we're gonna play that music.
Oh, do you think you might be overdoing it?
Might be, who's to say?
Everyone, that's definitely too many times to play that.
Well, we're gonna play it anytime she does literally anything.
All right.
So anyway, there's gonna be this terrorist attack at this bank, right? And these bad guys are gonna take some kids hostage and put a bomb on a timer.
Oh no.
And so Wonder Woman shows up and she finds out that these bad guys don't actually have any demands at all. They just want to blow up 4 city blocks. They just have hostages to stall the police.
Then why even put a timer?
Unclear. So then Wonder Woman throws the bomb up in the sky and blocks a bunch of bullets from the lead terrorist guy.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and then as he's reloading, she explodes him out the side of the building, blows out a whole section of the thing.
What? She blows up part of the building she was trying to stop from exploding? Why not just knock the guy out while he was reloading?
Because explosions are awesome.
Those children had to witness a man explode in front of them. They didn't have to see that.
But explosions are awesome.
That is a good point. Yeah, okay.
So anyway, Batman doesn't want Steppenwolf to get the mother boxes together because then he'll create this thing called the Unity and end the world. So he wants to get the Justice League together.
A very good idea.
And so Batman and Wonder Woman and Cyborg and Flash, they head into this tunnel to fight Steppenwolf and some of his parademons.
Okay.
And then Steppenwolf is gonna blow a hole in the tunnel, but it's right under Gotham Harbor.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, but now that water is involved, Aquaman can join in.
Was he just treading water outside the tunnel?
I guess so. So now all living members of the Justice League are together.
Amazing.
And then there's gonna be this really nice scene between Martha Kent and Lois Lane where they're talking about their grief over Clark being dead.
Oh, that is really nice.
But then it's gonna turn out that it was Martian Manhunter pretending to be Martha.
Okay, kind of feels like that undercuts the emotion of the last scene.
Yeah, but this way we get to see Martian Manhunter.
Okay, yeah, worth it.
So then the Justice League's gonna realize they can use this mother box that they have to bring Superman back from the dead.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but he's all confused when he gets back and he gets violent.
Oh, a very confused Superman.
So then Wonder Woman steps up and she's gonna be like, Kal-El, no.
Very convincing.
So then Superman's gonna go on a little journey of self-discovery, go hang out with Lois Lane and his mom.
Oh, that's nice.
And she's gonna be like, are you really you? And he's gonna be like, I'm really me, Ma.
Oh, changing your name to Mima is tight.
No, never mind.
Okay.
And then Superman's gonna put on a frickin' black Superman costume.
Why?
Because.
Nice.
So meanwhile, the rest of the Justice League are talking and they're like, boy, this is gonna be a tough fight.
Sure.
The Flash is gonna be like, Steppenwolf has probably fought hundreds of thousands of super beings and we have to assume he's won.
Yep, that's a valid point, definitely.
But Batman's gonna be like, yeah, but he's never fought us, not us united.
So, a handful of super beings who just met?
It doesn't make a ton of sense, but it's gonna sound very cool.
That works for me.
So then the Justice League's gonna head off to Russia to fight Steppenwolf.
Oh boy, it's gonna be tough to take him down.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Oh really?
Yeah, see, Superman's gonna show up and he's gonna punch Steppenwolf so much, just so many times.
Very cool.
And then Aquaman stabs him and Wonder Woman cuts his head off and they all stop the mother boxes from uniting.
Amazing.
So then Bruce gets Martha's farm back. You know, the bank was selling it because she was way behind on payments.
Oh, so he bought the house from the bank?
No, he bought the bank.
Well, why didn't you just buy the house?
Yeah, it doesn't make a ton of sense, but it's gonna sound cool.
It does sound cool.
And then Batman's gonna have this huge nightmare scene. It's gonna be the end of the world. He's with Cyborg and Deathstroke.
Oh.
And Mira is there too, and she's gonna be like, oi, I'm gonna kill that bastard for what he did to Arthur.
What, is she British?
She is in this movie, yeah.
Why?
Unclear.
Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna see that the Joker is there, and he's gonna have this big argument with Batman, and then he's gonna laugh like a seagull.
Sure, that may as well happen.
It's gonna, and then Bruce is gonna wake up from his nightmare, and Martian Manhunter's gonna swing by and be like, hey, I'm here for any sequels you might be making.
Feels a little tacked on.
Yeah, tack that right on for you. So what do you think?
Well, I mean, it sounds like fans really want to see all this, so sounds good to me.
Great.
And now we can finally close the book on Justice League and alternate versions and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well.
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So you remember Suicide Squad from 2016?
Oh yeah, that movie that I hired people to kind of chop up and then everybody blamed the director for how much they hated it?
That's the one. So I was thinking we make another one, but we add "the" to the title.
Oh, that has a nice ring to it actually.
Right.
Yeah, Suicide Squad the.
No.
Oh, you want to put it at the beginning? Yeah, that's good too.
Great.
So is this like a sequel or a reboot or a soft reboot?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna take some of the
characters from the first movie, played by the same actors.
Oh, very fun, and some new ones too.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of new characters. There's gonna be one named Blackguard, and I thought we could get Pete Davidson to play him.
People love Pete Davidson. That's gonna be a fun character.
And his face is gonna explode almost immediately.
Oh my god.
I also thought we could get Nathan Fillion in here.
Oh, now he's great. What's he gonna do?
Die almost immediately.
Okay, wow.
Michael Rooker, he'd be great to play one of these guys.
To do what?
Die almost immediately.
Okay, what is happening?
Well, see, sir, there's gonna be a whole Suicide Squad team at the beginning of the movie that just kind of gets wiped out as a distraction.
Okay, so like lesser known characters, and then you'll have more known characters in the movie too, like Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, he's in the movie.
So what's he gonna do?
Die almost immediately.
Oh my god, okay, does anyone not die immediately? Is the movie 5 minutes long?
Well, we want to start the movie by sending the message that anyone can die at any time, right?
Ah, that's just like in real life.
Yeah, so anyway, out of that first team, there's Rick Flag and Harley Quinn that make it out alive.
And what about on the main team? Who do we have on there?
Well, there's this one guy, right? And he's like an amazing shooter, and he's like a reluctant leader, and his main motivation is his daughter.
yeah, Deadshot. I know Deadshot. He was in the last movie.
Nope, this is a guy called Bloodsport.
Oh, that... Okay.
And there's this other predatory animal character that eats humans.
Killer Croc. Yeah, I know.
No, this is King Shark.
Ah, I should stop trying to predict things, I guess.
You're not particularly good at it, sir. And we also have this other character who shoots polka dots and another one who controls rats.
Working for pest control is tight.
No, her name is Ratcatcher 2, and she can, like, control rats with her mind. And then there's Peacemaker, who's like Bloodsport, except he murders in the name of peace.
Who were you thinking for that role?
I was thinking maybe John Cena.
Oh, you know what? I can't see him in that role. Because of his catchphrase.
I understand the joke, sir. I just hate it.
That's fair.
So anyway, pretty much all these characters have sad backstories.
Oh, okay, so I imagine they're each gonna have a tattoo on their forehead explaining that?
No.
What? Then how will people know?
Well, once in a while, one of them will stop and explain their past to the other characters, which I think you'll agree is a little more subtle.
I guess.
And so, yeah, Amanda Waller implants bombs into all these people's necks, which is the whole premise of the thing.
Sure.
And so she sends them all to this island laboratory to destroy this experiment called Project Starfish.
So what kind of stuff does the squad get up to on this island?
Oh, well, first of all, they need to go save Rick Flag because it seems like he's been captured.
Okay.
So Peacemaker and Bloodsport, they have this kind of competition where they go through this camp and just kill people in horrific ways, just extremely bloody and graphic.
Oh, so we're like talking like an R rating here.
Yeah, because this way we get to see some brains and spinal cords and say stuff like 69 and splooge.
69, that's the funny number.
Yeah, it is.
And the other stuff is gross.
Yeah, it is.
Very fun.
So they eventually reach this tent that Rick Flag is in, and it turns out the camp was full of good guys. He wasn't even captured.
Oh, whoops.
Whoopsie.
And so Rick Flag didn't hear any of the commotion?
No, he didn't hear the people screaming or exploding or the guard tower collapsing right next to him.
How did he not hear any of that?
Well, he was in a tent.
Oh, tents are known for being soundproof. Carry on.
And so we're also going to meet up with Harley Quinn.
And what's she up to?
Well, see, since she's the most popular character, I figured she should get her own solo movie.
Well, she already got her own movie.
Yeah, well, she's gonna get another one inside of this one.
That makes sense.
So she has this whole big side quest and even a love interest, and she ends up being captured by these military people, and she's being tortured for info.
Oh, that's painful.
It sure is, sir, but then she pretends to be unconscious, and so she strangles this guy with her legs when his back is turned.
Well, thank God he took a break with his back turned while still within her reach, or that plan wouldn't have worked at all.
Yeah, it worked out pretty great, so then she takes out a whole bunch of military guys with like crazy martial arts and stuff.
Harley Quinn is better at hand-to-hand combat than a full squad of trained military people?
Yes.
No further questions.
So eventually they get their hands on this bad guy called the Thinker, who's been running the Starfish experiment for like 30 years.
Okay.
And so obviously that's gonna lead into like the third act where they have a big situation to deal with.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. So what color's the sky beam gonna be?
Actually, I was kind of thinking maybe we don't do a sky beam.
Well, we usually do a sky beam.
Yeah, but I was thinking we could do more of like a giant hive mind starfish from outer space getting eaten by millions of rats, and one of the main characters pierces its eye with a javelin and all the rats go in there.
We usually do a sky beam, though.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So anyway, it turns out that Amanda Waller told Peacemaker to get this hard drive that proves that the government's been funding the whole starfish thing.
Oh.
But Rick Flag doesn't think that's very nice, so they get in a fight and Peacemaker kills Rick Flag.
Very rude.
And then Ratcatcher 2 gets the hard drive, so Peacemaker wants to kill her.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for her to get out of that situation.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yes, because of an explosion, Bloodsport's gonna fall through multiple
stories in a building and land in the exact spot he needs to be in to save the day without injury.
Oh, that is convenient.
It sure is, sir. Then we're gonna have a scene where King Shark falls from a building and gets shot point blank with a bunch of machine guns, but his skin's so tough it doesn't hurt him at all.
Very cool. How'd they inject the bomb into his neck?
Unclear. And so this explosion is also gonna set this giant hive mind starfish free.
Uh-oh.
And so this thing shoots out little starfish that attach to people's faces.
And that's how it does its hive mind thing?
Exactly.
So I guess the good guys need to keep their faces covered for the whole fight, huh?
No, they just do it like once each and that does the trick.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, cause see, we're gonna wanna see their faces, so these little starfish just kinda stop going for them after a bit. Wow, okay, so this hive mind is kind of a big moral dilemma to tackle, huh? Like, do you kill these people that are innocent, but they're being mind controlled by an alien? Oh no, we're gonna have a little line explaining that they're corpses under the starfish, so they're already dead.
Oh, okay, thank God.
So we don't have a sky beam, but we do have a faceless, soulless army.
Well, we gotta do some of the classics.
Yeah, we do. So then Ratcatcher 2 summons millions of rats to attack this starfish.
Seems like maybe she could have solved a lot of the movie's problems all on her own.
Yeah, well, this is the climax of the movie, so this is really when they use the full extent of their powers.
That's fair.
And so yeah, then Harley Quinn pierces the eye of the giant starfish with a javelin, and that takes care of that. And so they hadn't fired bullets at the giant starfish eye?
They did, but only the javelin does any damage.
Well, okay then. And so then as Starro is dying, he's like, I was happy floating in space, looking at the stars. Hey, excuse me, did you just make me feel bad for a giant alien starfish with a single line?
I did.
Wow, 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 wow.
And so yeah, that's about it. What do you think?
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, you know? I think it's gonna perform great at the box office.
Me too, sir.
So long as there's not some kind of seemingly unending worldwide event that causes hesitancy in people going to the theaters and also completely changes the way we release movies to streaming. Why would you say that?
So, you have a movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So I was thinking we could get The Rock to star as Black Adam.
Ah, which one?
Which Rock?
Yeah.
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Oh, okay, you know, that makes a lot more sense. I thought there was like about a rock collection you had or something.
You thought I wanted to make a stop-motion Black Adam movie starring a rock from my rock collection?
Listen, I'm very embarrassed, and if we could just move on, I'd appreciate it.
I guess. So anyway, there's gonna be this evil king 5,000 years ago in this place called Kandak, right?
Right.
And he makes this freaking crown that makes you powerful using a rare mineral called Eternium.
Those all seem like they might be words, sure.
Thank you. And this little kid wants to oppose him, and so some wizards give him the power of Shazam, and he becomes a big old hero.
Oh boy, that's good. That's what we want in this movie.
Actually, no, because Black Adam is not a hero. Oh, yeah, that's right. And so how are we gonna show that he's not a hero? He's gonna say it constantly.
Oh my God.
Anyway, later in the movie, there's gonna be a big reveal where we find out that this kid actually transferred the powers to his father and then was killed, so the father became Black Adam.
Oh, they killed Black Adam's son. That is a big reveal. I'm gonna put that in the trailer. Oh, please don't do that. It's gonna be good in the trailer.
All right, so anyway, 5,000 years later, Kandak is now being oppressed by this gang called the Enter Gang.
That's a terrible gang name.
I don't know what to tell you, sir. They're good at gang stuff, not creative writing.
That's fair.
And so this lady, Adriana, wants to stop the gang from getting this crown, so she goes to get it before them.
How does she find it?
By driving up to the entrance of this cave and going in, and it's just it's floating there.
Oh, so how was this lost for 5 millennia?
Don't worry about it. But then some Intergang people show up, so she says some words that make Black Adam show up.
Oh boy, here we go.
And so then he shows up and starts killing all the bad guys.
Cool.
Which is a big deal, you know, because heroes, they don't do that. They don't kill.
No, they pretty much all do.
Hey, shut up. So he's not a hero. He's pretty much a villain if you think about it. He's such a bad guy.
Is he killing random people?
No, just like mean, evil guys that directly attack him.
So he's pretty much a hero.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Because remember, he's going to keep saying he's not. So he's not.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, no, okay, that's my bad. So does he speak in like an ancient language or something?
No, he's just going to speak in Dwayne Johnson's normal American accent.
How does that work?
That's actually a really good question. It's kind of a combination of magic and Dwayne Johnson probably not being able to do an accent for a full movie.
That makes sense.
So anyway, then Amanda Waller's gonna send the Justice Society to stop Black Adam.
And so who's the Justice Society exactly?
Oh, well, there's Hawkman, and he has like this long historied friendship with Dr. Fate, who loves to dramatically remove his helmet.
That does sound fun.
He does it in every single scene he's in. And then there's also a guy, Atom Smash, Smasher and this girl Cyclone.
And what's their deal?
Well, they're in the movie as well.
Oh, sick!
And so then a big chunk of the movie is gonna be the Justice Society following Black Adam around and being like, heroes don't kill people, and he'll be like, I'm not a hero.
He freaking loves saying that. He loves it.
He really does, and we're also gonna find out that Eternium stuff can actually like weaken and injure Black Adam.
Oh boy, I bet that's gonna come into play later.
Nope, and then so also the leader of the bad guys, Ishmael, he's trying to get the crown. He wants it real bad.
Very rude.
And at a certain point, they actually kidnap Adriana's son.
Uh-oh, kidnapping.
Yeah, Black Adam tried to stop it, but he failed, and so, they got him.
Oh, he didn't get there in time?
No, he did, but instead of taking him from the apartment he was in and flying him far away, he just flew him to a different floor in the same building, so they took him.
Yeah, it was a decent strategy, but I could see why that totally didn't work at all.
Yeah, and then they catch up with this bad guy who fires a bullet at the kid, but then Black Adam jumps in and stops the bullet, but makes a big explosion at the same time.
Oh, do people die?
Only the bad guys, and the kid is kind of unconscious.
Wow.
So then Black Adam turns himself in and gives up his powers.
What? Why?
Well, because of how horribly that just went.
He saved the kid and got rid of the bad guys. That went fine.
Well, he's gonna turn himself in because we're at a point in the movie where something like that should probably happen.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So they lock him up in this underwater prison inside a water tank with a thing covering his mouth, because if he says Shazam, he turns back into Black Adam.
Feels like the Justice Society's gonna need his help immediately.
But then the Justice Society needs his help immediately.
Oh my god!
Yeah, see, they're in their fancy jet, and the jet detects that the demon Sabak has appeared.
Their aircraft identifies demons by name?
Yeah, sure, okay, and so it turns out the bad guy actually wanted Black Adam to kill him, because that's what would turn him into this big, powerful demon being.
Uh-oh.
And then Dr. Fate is gonna sacrifice himself.
Oh, why?
Because I was thinking of Pierce Brosnan for the role, and he'll probably only sign on for one movie.
That makes sense.
But before he dies, he telepathically helps Black Adam escape from his little water pod.
So all he's gotta do is say Shazam and he'll get his powers back?
Exactly, so he's gotta fight all these guards and then get to the door of this prison thing and then swim up to the surface and remove his mouth thing and say Shazam.
Why doesn't he just remove the thing from his mouth and say Shazam as soon as he gets out of the pod?
Because this is slightly more dramatic. So then he does say it and he flies in to help.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow.
But then also Adriana's son has to convince a bunch of people to rise up and go fight because the whole city's going nuts.
Man, it's gonna be hard for a child to get the attention of a bunch of screaming adults.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, he stands up on a little thing and talks to all of them at like a normal speaking volume, and they all stop what they're doing and listen to him.
And that works?
It does, yeah. And so then all these people are like, hey, let's listen to this very quiet kid and rise up together.
And what are they all gonna go fight exactly?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention there are skeleton zombies now.
What?
Yeah. Some little skeleton zombies showed up, so they all gotta fight those and regain the control of the city from the skeleton zombies that appeared.
Isn't the city being run by a gang? Wouldn't it make more sense to rise up against them?
Well, they're human, so that could get messy if they die. So no, it's gonna be a soulless CGI army, so there's no like moral implications when they kill these beings.
Smart.
So Adriana and some other characters are gonna be fighting these skeleton zombies, and then the kid rounds the corner on a skateboard with all these people behind him, and he's like, yo, mom!
Oh, cool 90s kids are tight.
It's not the 90s, sir. He's just a cool skateboard kid who says, yo, mom, and wisecracks with Black Adam like he's John Connor from Terminator 2.
That movie from the early 90s?
Yes.
All right.
And so then Black Adam kills the demon guy, and everybody's very happy about it.
Amazing.
And then in a post-credit scene, Amanda Waller sends Superman to talk to Black Adam.
She can send Superman places?
I guess so, sir.
And so what does Superman say?
He says, let's openly talk about this scene in interviews so people come see this movie.
I love that. I love that.
And so yeah, that's about it. What do you think?
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. I say we get the ball rolling on this right now.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, we're gonna fast track this one.
So you have that Shazam sequel for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
And I was thinking we have Shazam go up against Black Adam in this one. You know, his main nemesis from the comics.
Oh, I absolutely love that idea. Let me just check with him, okay?
What? With who?
Hi, Dwayne. It's producer guy. No, we can shoot something in the jungle soon. Listen, I was wondering if in Shazam 2 we could have him maybe go up against Black Adam. What do you think?
Is this not your decision?
Great. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so that's not gonna happen.
What?
He wants Black Adam to fight Superman. He doesn't want Black Adam to have anything to do with Shazam.
But he definitely does, though.
Yeah, but see, there's been a change in the hierarchy of power in the DCEU.
Meaning? I keep hearing that. What does that mean?
It means I'm terrified of Dwayne Johnson.
Oh my God.
He's a powerful man and he's huge.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, you got any other ideas for me?
I guess I could figure something else out.
Please do. Please do. So, you have a new Shazam movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So Shazam is gonna go up against the Daughters of Atlas.
Are they played by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson?
They're not.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so great. Tell me about this thing.
Well, these two Daughters of Atlas, they steal the wizard's staff. You know the wizard from the first movie?
How come?
They need it for evil stuff.
Uh-oh, and what's going on with Billy Batson?
Oh, well, all the kids are a couple years older now, so Billy's kind of afraid he's gonna get kicked out of the foster home when he turns 18.
Oh, so he's like a little bit older, a little bit more mature.
As Billy, yeah. As Shazam, he's somehow gonna act even more childish than the first movie.
Wasn't that one of the main criticisms of the first movie, how Billy Batson didn't really feel like the same person as Shazam?
Yes.
So we're not gonna fix...
No.
Okay.
What we will do is give the kid version a lot less screen time this time around.
I guess that's something. Okay, sure.
So anyway, Freddy meets this new girl at school and they fall in love pretty much instantly.
Oh, how come?
Because that's what I wrote that down right here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, see, he does something kind of brave, and so she's like, oh, I am into this child.
What?
Oh, well, she's actually a 6,000-year-old god, and he's, you know, a minor, so it's pretty romantic.
That doesn't seem okay at all.
Well, see, we're gonna acknowledge that it's kind of creepy, and that makes it not creepy and okay.
Is that how that works?
It might be, yeah. So anyway, she has these crazy powers where she can, like, move and rearrange buildings and stuff.
What happens to the people inside those buildings?
Unclear, and so we're gonna find out she's actually the third daughter of Atlas.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but she's good now because she fell in love with the child. But her two sisters, they take away Freddy's powers and kidnap him.
Oh no.
So now Shazam and the family need to go rescue him.
Yeah, they do.
So they go do that, but then one of the Daughters of Atlas lets herself get captured on purpose.
Oh, getting captured on purpose is tight.
I guess.
What's her safe word?
What?
What?
Anyway, so she let herself get captured because she wanted to get close to this apple that she needed.
Couldn't have just gone to the grocery store?
Well, this is a special apple that's like the seed for the tree of life.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not affordable at the grocery store, what with inflation.
So they want to plant this seed in their realm to bring it back to life because their realm is dead and stuff.
Okay.
But one of the daughters, Calypso, is like, actually, let's plant it on Earth so we can conquer it because I'm very evil.
Very evil.
So she does that and a bunch of monsters pop out and start attacking everybody.
Oh no.
Yeah, so the third act of the movie is going to be chaos in the streets of the city.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Wow.
So the good guys are gonna have to run around and try to save the day.
Amazing. By the way, if we can incorporate Skittles somehow, they've expressed some interest in product placement.
Oh yeah, not a problem at all. I could have the characters run past the building that has like a Skittles poster on it or something. You don't like it?
It's just the more in your face the product placement, the more money they're gonna give us.
I could have the characters say that Skittles are the closest thing that humans have to the nectar of the gods, and then use some Skittles to become friends with unicorns and ride the unicorns while shouting, "Taste the rainbow."
We are gonna be so rich.
Yeah.
That is blatant. I love it.
Anyway, so then Shazam's gonna end up saving the day.
How does he manage that?
Well, he believes in himself.
That'll do it.
So he actually sacrifices himself and dies.
Oh my God.
Yeah, fatally.
Man, well, it's gonna be tough to have a happy ending with a dead protagonist.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cause see, the Shazam family buries his dead body, but then Wonder Woman shows up.
Okay.
And she's gonna reanimate his lifeless corpse, which is a thing she can do now.
Oh. Well, great.
Yeah, so, that worked out well.
I'm gonna spoil that in the trailer, so where was she this whole time?
Busy.
And how'd she find out about what happened or know who Billy is?
Hey, shut up, and so then we're all done. What do you think?
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun, and people loved the first movie, so I don't see how this could do badly.
Great.
Unless we kinda, announce that the whole DCEU is gonna be kinda restructured and this movie doesn't really matter.
Why would you?
So, you have a Flash movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And I'm thinking maybe we tap into some multiverse territory on this one. That's supposed to be a big trend coming up, so if all goes well with this, we'll be one of the first movies.
You know it, sir.
This idea is still fresh because it's roughly 2014 as we're having this conversation.
That is roughly the current year,
So we'll be putting this out before the market gets oversaturated, assuming there are no production delays or anything horrible happens.
Hey, don't jinx it.
I didn't jinx it, I was just saying, hopefully nothing goes... Was that a jinx? Did I just curse this production? It could have been some unrelated supernatural thing. I gotta say, that felt pretty cursy. Yeah, it felt a little cursy, but maybe we'll be okay.
Well, fingers crossed. So anyway, what happens in this bad boy?
Well, we're gonna start the movie by trying to, re-establish Barry as a heroic figure.
Is that gonna be hard to do? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, I figure we just have him shove a little baby in a microwave.
What?
He doesn't leave it in there for long. When the bell dings, he takes it out. The bell dings, so the microwave was on? Nah, it was falling from a building.
What is going on?
A bunch of babies are falling from a building. Flash saves them all, eats a burrito, puts one of them in a microwave. All right, let's move past that. I don't understand.
Well, okay then.
Well, we're also going to show that Barry has this thing on his suit that tracks calories, tells him when he's running out of energy.
Oh, so he kind of loses his powers if he doesn't eat. Exactly. I bet that's going to come into play in a big way later.
Now that I think of it, not much, maybe a gag or two.
Oh, tracking calories for a while, but then just kind of neglecting to do it is tight.
You okay?
I'm trying to drop a bit of weight, but they keep coming out with new Oreo flavors.
Oh my God.
Those bastards.
Anyway, so Flash is gonna help save the day, and we're gonna see Batman, and Wonder Woman's gonna pop out for a second too.
Oh, I like that. I think it'd be great if she started doing that constantly eventually.
Just popping out for a single scene, smiling and leaving. Yeah, I could see that being a career trajectory for her for sure.
So what else happens?
Well, Barry's dad's gonna be falsely imprisoned for killing Barry's mom, right?
Uh-oh.
And so Barry realizes he can use the Speed Force to go back in time, so he goes and stops her from ever dying.
Very cool.
But then he actually gets knocked out of the Speed Force by another speedster, and then he meets a younger, more annoying version of himself.
More annoying? Oh my God.
Yeah, and so Barry realizes this is actually the day that he got his powers, so he brings himself to get the powers, but then loses his own.
Okay.
And then they see the General Zod is attacking.
A very coincidentally eventful day.
It sure was, sir. So Barry wants to get the Justice League together, but they don't exist in this timeline.
Why not?
Because this is an alternate timeline where we only paid those actors to be in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, okay.
But it turns out this timeline does have an older Batman. He's the one played by Michael Keaton.
He's from the Michael Keaton Batman movies.
He sure is, sir. The multiverse can be an excuse to bring back classic actors as a box office draw.
Very smart. Although, hey, do you think the concept of multiverses might kind of diminish the stakes since there are infinite versions of every character?
No.
Me neither. Okay, let's go all in.
Great, so they're gonna ask Batman to help, but he's gonna say no.
What?
For 2.5 minutes, then he says yes, we gotta manufacture a bit of tension here.
Gotcha.
So now they realize they need to find Superman to help defeat Zod, but when they get to where they think he is, it turns out to be Supergirl.
Oh, that's a different character. Still super, though.
Yeah, and so they're gonna ask Supergirl to help, but she's gonna say no.
What?
For 2.5 minutes, then she's gonna say yes.
Right, good tension building.
Yeah, she goes to check out Zod, who, as it turns out, is looking for her in this universe, not Superman.
Oh, okay.
And so she's like, oh, and she flies back to the good guys and helps our Barry get his powers back.
Zod doesn't follow her? You said she's the one he's looking for.
No, he doesn't, because it's not time for the final fight yet.
That makes sense.
So then it is time for the final fight, so they head over there, but Batman and Supergirl keep dying.
Oh, dang it.
So the Flashes keep going back in time to try to save them, but no matter what they do, Batman and Supergirl die.
Wow.
So younger Flash kind of goes nuts and keeps trying, and the multiverse starts to collapse onto itself.
Oh.
And maybe this is too expensive and complicated, but I thought this could be a chance to showcase some alternate superheroes, like George Reeve, Christopher Reeve, Nicolas Cage, Adam West, Helen Slater.
Of course that's doable. That's gonna be awesome. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. We'll just say the CGI looks bad on purpose.
So then what happens?
Well, so then we find out that the speedster that had knocked Barry out of the Speed Force earlier in the movie was actually a future version of past Barry who's still trying to save Supergirl and Batman.
Oh.
Yeah, but now present Barry has realized he needs to go let his mom die. He can't change things.
Very sad, yep.
So then future past Barry's trying to kill the Barrys, so past Barry sacrifices himself to save main Barry and defeat future past Barry.
Right.
And so yeah, main Barry goes back and lets his mom die.
Wow, well, very powerful lesson he learned.
Yeah. Well, he interferes a little to get his dad off the hook, so now Batman is George Clooney.
Oh, so he did not learn?
Yeah, a little bit, maybe not that much.
Well, okay then. So what do you think?
Good, I mean, this should be a massive hit. Unless one of the main cast goes on a violent crime spree or something crazy like that. Why would you say that?
It's just a hypothetical. There's no harm in saying hypotheticals.
Are you trying to get this movie cursed? Oh, crap, curses. Oh, maybe the universe didn't hear me say that. Maybe let's just stop talking now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're okay.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's a curse. That's a curse.
So, you have a new movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. See, I was thinking what DC really needs is a movie about a young guy who gets chosen by a super powerful being to have superpowers, and there's a big focus on family.
Shazam.
Yeah, we just did that twice. Well, this would be a different family, and they're Mexican. Oh, okay, that's probably different enough that it won't be affected by this whole superhero fatigue everybody's talking about. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that superhero fatigue is a myth. You're telling me people could get tired of seeing energy beams?
But like, what if there's... I don't know, what if there's more to movie making than wisecracking characters shooting energy beams?
You sound crazy.
That did sound crazy. I don't know what the heck I was talking about just there.
So anyway, the main character, Jaime, is coming back from college and he needs a job fast.
Why doesn't he just ask his father for $1 million?
Well, see, that's the thing. His parents don't have any money either.
I don't get it.
Well, sir, some people need to work for stuff.
Oh, okay, this is like a fictional thing.
No, actually, this is real life. They're living in poverty.
I've never heard that word, and let me tell you, I don't like it.
Right, you might want to leave your rich person bubble from time to time.
You mean like to Ibiza?
Never mind. So this guy gets a job cleaning this rich lady, Victoria Cord's house. But this lady is the bad guy of the movie. She's super evil.
Oh, she is, huh? What's her deal?
Oh, let me tell you something about how evil this lady is. She's so evil.
That works.
Great, and so she wants to use this blue scarab technology to build an army of super soldiers.
I feel like I've seen this before.
Oh, you absolutely have, sir, and that's a feeling you're gonna get in most scenes in this film.
Oh, well, that's kind of comforting.
It is, isn't it?
Nice and cozy.
So Victoria's niece Jenny finds out about the evil plan and decides to try and stop it.
What does she do?
She freaking sneaks into this secret lab in the Cord building by stealing a scientist's key card, and she takes the blue beetle and puts it inside a Big Belly Burger fast food box.
What the? Was that you on the box?
What are you talking about?
The Big Belly Burger box. Was that you on the packaging? What are you doing on the packaging?
I didn't show you anything. Are you saying that when I said Big Belly Burger, the image that popped into your head for the logo was me?
Oh, yeah, I guess that must be what happened.
What the hell, man?
I'm sorry, I feel like you'd be a good logo for the Big Belly Burger.
We're like the exact same weight.
Nah, you've got 20 pounds on me at least.
Why? That's pretty hurtful.
Anyway, so what else happens?
Well, okay, so then scientist guy goes back into his lab and he's like, oh no, the blue beetle is gone. Let's lock down the building.
How'd he get back inside the lab if she had his key card?
Hey, shut up. And so Jenny gives this fast food box to Jaime, who was in the building because she said she could get him a job.
Oh, so the scarab's gonna turn him into Blue Beetle?
It is. It's gonna go in his butt.
Oh, super butt bugs are tight.
And choose him as a host and make him into a superhero.
So why did this thing choose him as a host?
Because.
Great, so what can he do now?
Well, he can fly and he's bulletproof, and most importantly, the suit can create anything he can imagine.
Oh, what kind of crazy stuff is he gonna imagine?
Literally just blades and various energy blasters.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
So anyway, now to try to get this Blue Beetle thing out of him, they need this smartwatch that's inside the Cord building, so they gotta break in.
Well, that's gonna be hard to do. I mean, they must be on super high alert.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It turns out his Uncle Rudy had already built the exact kind of machine they need to break past security, so they just use that.
well, fantastic.
But then Victoria's henchman Carapax gets into a fight with Blue Beetle, and he's got a freaking super suit as well.
Uh-oh.
And the Blue Beetle super suit wants to kill this guy, but Jaime's like, no, we're not killers.
Oh, very good. Noble moral code or whatever.
Yeah, but then later the bad guys attack the whole family and his father's gonna die.
So that's why he can't give his son $1 million.
What?
Now I'm getting it.
No, you're not. This is just a very sad moment, and then Jaime's gonna get kidnapped because Victoria wants to steal the Blue Beetle technology.
Oh no.
And so the rest of the family's gonna have to band together to go rescue him.
How are they gonna do that?
Well, turns out Jenny's father used to be Blue Beetle, so they used some of his old tech
Oh.
to murder a bunch of henchmen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a freaking slaughter, sir. They shoot people and impale them and stomp them.
What about that moral code thing?
Oh, that doesn't apply to them. They seem to have a wonderful time taking lives.
Well, good for them, I guess. Good to have a good time.
And so Carapax is going to end up also getting Blue Beetle powers, so then there's going to be a big final fight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we're going to do this really neat thing where the good guy's fighting the bad guy, and the bad guy has similar powers, but he's a different color, and so there's like a CGI fight that happens.
Oh, I feel so freaking cozy right now.
Me too, sir. And so then Carapax is going to realize that Victoria's not a nice lady, so he's going to drag her into some fire to be burned alive.
Oh my god.
And so then everybody's happy, and Jenny becomes the head of the Cord company, and now they're only going to do nice stuff.
Wow.
So what do you think?
Oh, I mean, it's a superhero movie with an ever so slight twist. How can anyone resist?
Okay, great.
So you're really not worried about superhero fatigue then?
You know what?
Superhero fatigue, schmooper fatigue. What?
So, you got that new movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. So at the beginning of this movie, this guy keeps getting streams of pee in his mouth, right?
Oh, I think you might have the wrong building.
I mean, I don't think so, sir. Aquaman 2? Oh, really? Yeah, see, Aquaman has a kid now, and this baby keeps peeing in his mouth, because, you know, being a dad is tough.
Okay.
And so at the end of the day, he enjoys a nice Guinness, the perfect beer for cool dads.
What are you talking about?
Well, I figure, you know, superhero fatigue seems to be a thing, so we gotta secure our bag.
Ah, you mean like switch to briefs?
No, just like super avert product placements.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, so Aquaman washes down baby pee with some Guinness and then complains about how much he hates his job.
As the king of Atlantis?
Yeah, doesn't like it.
Wasn't the first movie about him kind of accepting his position as the king of Atlantis?
Yeah, doesn't like it.
All right.
But one day a bad guy is gonna start doing some bad stuff, so Aquaman's gotta step up.
Uh-oh, who's he gonna go up against this time? I mean, we had Black Manta in the first one.
Oh, you're gonna like this. We're gonna have him go up against Black Manta.
Oh!
Yeah, again.
Right, okay.
But this time Black Manta finds a magical trident and gets possessed by an evil spirit.
Sure, okay, that's slightly different.
A little bit. So he starts going around the ocean stealing a bunch of this stuff called orichalcum.
Uh-oh, sounds like a very scary brand of toothpaste.
No, it's actually this very powerful stuff that's also really bad for the planet.
Even scarier.
And one day he and his crew attack Atlantis to steal some of this stuff.
So he's got a whole crew? How's he paying for all this?
He showed up, and so he's gonna be like, I'm gonna kill me a dead mermaid.
What?
And so yeah, this attack kind of springs Aquaman into action, and he starts doing cool action scenes for the rest of the movie.
Sick.
Yeah, he's gonna do the same yell as Goofy when he fights, which is maybe a cool thing to do when you're fighting.
It might be.
And he's gotta figure out how to stop this guy, because the whole planet's gonna be destroyed.
Oh boy, sounds like he needs to get the Justice League together.
Nope.
Why not?
Because?
Fair enough.
No, instead he goes to get his brother Orm. Remember Orm from the first movie?
He's from the first movie.
He is, so this is gonna be a buddy comedy now.
Sure, okay.
So eventually they're gonna get to where Black Manta is, and they find this trident, and Orm is gonna learn all about its history and whatnot.
How does he learn that?
But when you touch this thing, it turns you into an exposition machine.
Storytelling tridents are tight.
Yeah, and so he finds out that the spirit possessing Black Manta is called Kordax, and he was trapped using blood magic a long time ago by his brother King Atlan.
Blood magic's the bloodiest kind of magic.
And in order to free Kordax, Black Manta is gonna need some blood from one of Atlan's descendants, so you know, Aquaman and his family.
Wow, it's crazy that the guy that found this trident already had beef with the bloodline needed to bring this guy back from the dead.
Yeah, I wrote a crazy thing here.
Good.
So to get his hands on some of this royal blood, Black Manta kidnaps Aquaman's baby.
Oh, this guy's good. Babies are also filled with blood.
Yeah, that's a weird way to phrase that. Anyway, when Aquaman finds this out, he's gonna be like, no!
That makes sense.
So now they gotta go fight this bad guy and save a baby.
Very exciting.
So as they're doing that, Black Manta's gonna throw the magic trident at Mira, but Orm is gonna catch it, and so he gets possessed.
Norm.
And so now the evil spirit wants to use Orm to destroy the planet, but Aquaman puts a stop to that.
How?
The powers of forgiveness and brotherly love.
Aw. So then what happens?
Well, the evil spirit manages to get some of Aquaman's blood, so he gets released.
Uh-oh.
So Aquaman throws a trident at his freaking face, but he catches it.
Yikes. Sounds like he's strong. It's gonna be tough to defeat him.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, Aquaman's smart, so what he does is he throws another trident.
Whoa!
Yeah, that one works.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Wow. So they save the planet, and Aquaman goes to Orm like, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna put you back in jail. You're a good dude.
Nice.
Instead, I'm gonna tell everybody that you died, and you'll be forever exiled, and you can never return to the kingdom you love.
Oh my god.
So that's a nice moment. And then Aquaman's gonna give a press conference.
About what?
Well, he's gonna kind of reveal to the Earth that they exist and say that Wakanda's gonna share their technology with everybody.
Did you say Wakanda?
And then he's gonna end the press conference by saying, I am Aquaman, and then we're done.
All right. That is exactly how the first Iron Man movie ended.
Yeah, great movie.
Didn't the world already know he was Aquaman?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we can get weird, have some fun with this one. It's not like it's the end of the DCEU, right? It'd be pretty weird to end the DCEU the same way the MCU began.
Yeah, that would be weird, but I mean, I don't see the DCEU ending. Oh, also, there's gonna be a mid-credit scene where Orm eats a cockroach.
Can you imagine if that was the last ever scene in the DCEU?
That would be wild, but again, so much would have to go wrong for the DCEU to end on that note.